Good evening again, everyone. Glad to have you with us for another Friday Night Rival. That is the show. We're glad you're with us. Brought to you by Hill Kelly Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram. I'm Christian Garman, of course, with Jeff Price, as has been the case all season long. We'll get to Clayton Habecker here coming up in just a moment. But we've got ourselves a district matchup tonight. West Florida coming to Pine Forest. Pine Forest sitting at 3-2. West Florida at 1-5. And Jeff, right off the bat, I want to point out that both of those records perhaps a little bit deceiving. For instance, Pine Forest at 3-2, but even with 2 losses, number 8 in the state.
Yeah, it just shows you the respect they have. And look at West Florida, the 5 losses they have to opponents that have a combined record of 28-3. That's pretty tough for them.
Yeah, we found out earlier this week that West Florida's had the second toughest record in the state. So they are 1-5, but again, perhaps a little bit deceiving. Coming up in just a moment, of course, we're going to get your keys to victory. But first, we go to Clayton Habecker.
Hey guys, thank you so much. Another great night here for Friday Night Rivals football. We're actually getting a little bit more of Florida fall weather here. Temperatures around the mid-70s and a nice breeze coming through. Now, interesting storyline going into tonight's game is West Florida. This is actually the first time they're actually playing a true road game. Up until just this past year, their facilities used to be right next door. The only thing that was separating these two schools was a chain link fence. Now they've moved about 13 minutes down the road, so a little bit of that old pesky neighbor mentality that you thought you got rid of, and they're coming back to the neighborhood to cause some trouble tonight. So, and of all nights, it's Pine Forest's homecoming. Should be a fun one. Back over to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Clayton. And it's a good point he makes. You know, this is the first time that these two schools aren't quite literally separated by just a fence. So West Florida had to travel just a little bit to get here. What do they need to do as we talk about the Northwest Florida State keys to victory? What does West Florida need to do to turn their season around and get a big win tonight?
I think they've just got to cut off the edges for LD Clarity in this run game and just try to force them inside. Make LD Clarity, make them just throw the football. I mean, these guys are so balanced. So what can you kind of do? You got to pick one or the other. For them, I think, hey, just go with one and hope for the best.
LD Clarity, the terrific quarterback for Pine Forest. So let's turn it around now and talk about Pine Forest, the Eagles. What do they need to do to get a win tonight?
I think they're going to have to go with an 8 or 9 man box. And they're going to have to force Jaheim Simmons to go somewhere else. I mean, for West Florida, Jaheim Simmons has kind of been the do-it-all back for them this year. And I don't know if I trust West Florida to throw the football that well against this Pine Forest intense secondary they have.
They have been very good. In fact, 5 pick sixes on the season so far, going back to the Jamboree. It's the first time since Friday Night Rivals started this season that it actually feels at least just a little bit like fall, and we're certainly glad you guys are with us tonight. We'll get to all the action coming up next. Good evening again, everybody. Glad to have you with us for Friday Night Rivals. As you can see, West Florida Tech and Pine Forest, and everybody's pumped up. Halloween just a couple of weeks away, and you can see some people testing out their costumes already.
How about that?
This is not live. That was Jeff in the pregame. We're glad you guys are with us. This is going to be a great game. Let's go to the coin toss, brought to us by.
You won the trunk. Kick, receive, and defer. Stay right there. Do not move.
All right, so the Marine Corps brings us the coin toss. I wanted to hear what the refs had to say. Pine Forest wins. They have deferred, so we're ready for the action. And West Florida Tech will get the ball first. And Jeff, they've got a pretty balanced offense. They're rushing for about 175 yards a game and passing for about 152. Dawson Butala is the junior quarterback who will lead the offense, and it looks like we're just about ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, you look at West Florida, and we talk about the tough schedule. The combined opponents' records is 28-3. I mean, they played 4 undefeated teams so far this year, so it's been tough sledding for them.
Yeah. We sure are underway. That's Hoot Rathman with the return out to about the 26-yard line. Love the name, Hoot Rathman. How about that?
Yeah, that's quite the name. And
it's a bummer when we peak with our name call on the first
on the
play.
first one, absolutely.
That's pretty good, though. Way to go, Hoot. Hoot is a sophomore. Backup quarterback, by the way.
Yeah, this year, so we talk about West Florida, and it's, you know, they're so used to being dominant. We're so used to seeing this game with sometimes 2 undefeated teams, or maybe one team has a loss. A little bit different this year. But like we said in the open, and don't let the records fool you. Both these teams are really good, but the difference, I think, for West Florida, got a lot of youth out there. They're not used to having that much youth on the field, and for Pine Forest, it's kind of the opposite. They lost some players, but they got a lot of good seniors out there.
And right off the bat, we're going to see a big run from number 25. That's Jaheim Simmons. He's having a terrific year. He's already got an offer from UAB, Jeff, and he's on pace to become the most prolific rusher in the history of West Florida Tech. And here you can see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. That's a 14-yard scramble.
Yeah, he's just been the consistency they needed all year long. And tell you what, they're going to need a lot out of him tonight, and that's a good way to start this game off.
Sure is. This time around, not quite as successful. Maybe picked up a yard, might not have picked up anything. So that's going to bring up second down now at about 9. It's a nice evening here, as I said off the top. It's still warm, it's still humid, but man, it feels a little bit better. I know our crew who gets here so much earlier than you and me appreciated the slight cool down out there.
Yeah, they do such a good job every week for us.
Second down now at 9. That's Jaheim again, and again didn't get much there after the first play where he picked up 14. Back-to-back plays where he might have gotten a yard. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here. You can see from West Florida, we mentioned quarterback Dawson Butella, Jaheim Simmons, of course. Be calling his name all night. Elijah Edmonds, Quantarius Gaines, terrific wide receiver. Simeon Price, Isaac Walton, Joel Lett, Zach Bratton, Latrell Wilson, Audric Moultrie, and Ryan Worley.
Yeah, Quantarius Gaines, that's kind of the go-to receiver, leading receiver for this Jags offense. And like we said, they like to keep it about balance. And that's kind of been the way Coach Summerford's done it his whole tenure at West Florida. So don't expect him to do anything different tonight.
Looks like Butella's going to throw for the first time, and it's picked off. And he steps out of bounds. We'll wait and see if the catch counts. That was Takarian McWilliams who made the grab, and he did catch it in bounds. We're going to see it here on the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. So the first time Butella puts the ball in the air, a terrific play. He did step out of bounds right after catching it, so the play gets dead right there. Otherwise, Jeff, I think we might have been looking at a pick 6.
Yeah, and it was trying to hit Isaac Walton Jr. there, but I'll tell you what, and that's what we talked about in the open. You got to force these guys to throw the football, and it's going to be tough sledding. This secondary, they lost a few guys from last year, but they just reload. I mean, and they've been talented for many, many years, and this year is no different.
All right, so the Pine Forest offense now on the field, and LD Clarity, the senior quarterback, he's a really talented quarterback and most definitely a dual threat.
Yeah, for sure. And I like to kind of compare him to A.B. Smith and Escambi. These guys are very similar, except I think LD just needs to be a little more polished, and he's just so close, but he's getting better and better every game.
And he's got a man wide open downfield, and that's going to be a huge gain right off the bat. That is Zoe Turner, and we're going to see Clarity go to Zoe throughout the night, but maybe never bigger than the very first play from scrimmage for the Eagles.
Yeah, you see a little pump fake right there. Goes to his check down, looks, it's covered right to go over the top. Hey, Zoe Turner, not a bad guy to throw to, as talented as that young man is. And right after I had just said he needs to be a little more polished, that was a pretty polished throw.
That was polished. So the Synovus red zone quickly, as it's a 1st and goal situation from the 3-yard line now for Pine Forest, making use of that interception quickly. And that's going to be, yep, sure enough, that's touchdown. That was Joe Garrett on the run. So after the 38-yard pass, a quick, easy touchdown, and just like that, 6-0 Pine Forest. They strike quickly here, Jeff.
Yeah, and you see good defense turns into some good offense right there and points on the board for this Pine Forest team, and it's been what they've prided themselves on all year.
So Dakota Weaver will be on now for the extra point.
One thing to know with this Pine Forest defense, they even the tough schedule they've played, they only give up about 11 points a game. So shows you how much talent they have.
And pleasing the hometown fans here on homecoming night with a terrific start. The extra point is good. It is 7-0. Let's take another look at that 38-yard pass. Oh, sorry, this is the touchdown run. My apologies.
Yeah, just simple little give right there up the middle. And
it's Friday Night Rivals, and so far, so good if you're a Pine Forest fan, but we are very early on in the action. Stay with us, folks. This, of course, brought to you by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Happy Friday night, folks. Glad to have you with us here for Friday Night Rivals. The Skyview drone has been giving us spectacular live shots like that one all season long. That's an element we've added this year to the production, and it has been a significant step up. Just really does take it to the next level. So got a team of folks working that drone, and it looks good every single week. Jaheim Simmons and Quintarius Gaines will be back to receive this kickoff for West Florida. That's going to be Jaheim, fielded at about the 8.
There he goes.
Side, and he's got some room, and he's still going all the way out to midfield, and he's still up, folks. What a terrific run back, and it's going to be terrific field position for West Florida. They're going to start right around the 35-yard line of Pine Forest.
So on your kick return, it doesn't get any better. I mean, that's just the perfect way to block it. You see they're building a wall over here, and that's why he runs the sideline. And that wall is beautiful. I mean, that is just textbook. Can't teach it any better than that, and that's why they had such success. Great job by the Jags right there on special teams.
Well, he ran about 40 yards before anyone in a Pine Forest uniform was even close to him. So, yeah, that worked out real well. So it's going to be at the 42-yard line is where they are starting this, the 42 of Pine Forest. So I think I said the 35. I was off by a few. Sorry about that. Of course, this is Jaheim again, who just handled that terrific kickoff. We got a flag on the play, though, so could be a hold. Something like that, Jeff. Tends to be a hold, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, that came out immediately.
Yeah, and it is the official way over here on the referee, rather, on the side.
Could have been an offsides or
yeah. Looks like a false
start right there.
All right, so not a great start to the drive for West Florida after that awesome run back. They're going to lose some yardage here without doing anything. Jaheim Simmons, of course, as we said, we'll be calling his name all night. There's the official call. But Elijah Edmonds, a senior running back, also does really nice work. Simeon Price will be catching passes along with Quintarius Gaines, Isaac Walton, and it's a good offense. They have several options here. You can see the Pine Forest starting D, Tamarius Walker, Keyshawn Brown, Natadre Gentry, Curtis Jefferson, Mitrez Rawls, Antonio Summerlin, McLam, Benjamin Brown, DeCarron McWilliams, of course, terrific cornerback. And it's going to be a big night here. There's Jaheim again, and he's got a hole, folks. Oh, but he was hit pretty hard there. Nonetheless, a fine pickup. So,
yeah, he was hit pretty hard by Toller Harrison right there, the junior, 5'9", 150, coming up and laying a lick. Yep. But nonetheless, just a simple off-tackle play, and that's what they're going to have to get out of that young man. But you look at, okay, that would have been a 5-6 yard gain right there, but they have a 5-yard penalty and just backs them up, and you cannot have that against a stingy defense of Pine Forest.
And it was officially an 8-yard gain, but as Jeff mentioned, it was first and long. So that brings up a more manageable second down situation. Second down now and 9 from the 40. And Butala has thrown one pass tonight. It was picked off. And when you've got, so this is going to be number 4, Elijah Edmonds, I mentioned a moment ago. Not going anywhere, though. When you have some great running backs like Edmonds and obviously like Jaheim Simmons, they're going to keep it on the ground, I think, Jeff, more than put it in the air all night long.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough sledding to run the football on this really stout front 7 for Pine Forest. They've got over 30 tackles for loss coming in tonight. Man, that just says something right there. So much for these guys. And then you look at, they have 24 sacks. They've got 9 interceptions. I mean, what do you do when you're playing this team? Yeah. Especially then you look at, they give up 11 points a game, and their offense scores 30. I'll tell you what, this is your typical Pine Forest team. 5
pick sixes on the season as well. So here's 3rd and 9, and that was a snap straight to Jaheim. So a little wildcat action there. He's going to be well short, though, with the first down. And so now from about the 36-yard line, probably out of field goal range. I guess they're probably going to go for this, Jeff.
Yeah, kind of no man's land right there. Since West Florida has a cat as a mascot, can we call it the Wild Jag tonight?
No, we're going to stick with Wildcat.
Okay.
I appreciate you asking.
The Jag is kind of a Wildcat anyway.
It's nice of you to ask.
All right,
but it's a hard no. So they are going to go for it now. 4th down and about 4. I'd say a long 4.
Yeah, good decision right here.
Yeah. Field goal would just be too much. Be about a 52-yarder. field goal kicker.
Nice math.com really coming in for us this year.
Their field goal kicker is solid from about 40 yards in, so this would be well outside his range. Made for an easy decision, but we've got a stoppage in the action. Looks like perhaps a timeout has been called as they want to talk about it before, I think.
Yeah, play clock
for
was
this.
down
So
to
we
1.
are going to take a commercial break on Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Rams Friday Night Rivals. Stay with us. So we're back live. A dramatic moment here as it's 4th down and about 4 for West Florida Tech. We got a man wide open, a terrific pass. Wow, that was nice. That's Isaac Walton who was able to pull that in. So the little play action to Jaheim Simmons, I think we all thought he was going to get the ball, and a terrific play, Jeff.
Yeah, get the linebackers to bite down on the run. You got to honor that run, and hey, they open it up. And that just shows the kind of the disrespect that Pine Forest has in saying, hey, you're just going to have to beat us in the air right there. I tell you what, if West Florida can do that tonight, they're going to have a lot of success. 22-yard gain on 4th and 4, so that's well done by the offense. Dawson Butella with a terrific pass, and they're in this Synovus red zone. This time around, another pass, another big gain. That's Simeon Price on the catch out wide. Yeah, really good job. You see stacked receivers on the outsides, the top and the bottom of the field. And well, the receiver missed the block. It looked like Marquell Holman kind of missed his block there, but nonetheless, man, Simeon Price making a man miss.
So it's a 1st and goal with the ball's on the ground, and Butala just jumps right on top of it there. So that's well done. Could have been a disaster there, but just like that, it's going to be 2nd.
So Butala, we were talking about it before the game. We kind of heard on the grapevine he has a nickname.
Gumbo.
They call him Gumbo.
Love it.
We didn't get that confirmed.
No. And honestly, I'm not comfortable calling it in case it's not right.
Old Gumbo.
It is fun.
For sure.
Yep. All right, so 2nd and goal after the dropped snap there. It's going to be Simeon Price on is that an end around, Jeff? Is that what we call that?
End around right there.
But not able to get in, so now 3rd and goal, and that Pine Forest D, which Coach McDonald talked about, I asked him, what are you most proud of? And he's like, it's not even close. Our defense has been incredible. So they're trying to make a big statement here, shutting down West Florida.
Yeah, losing some key pieces, especially in the secondary last year. Guys going Division I, you don't think you're going to come back and be as strong. I mean, let's just be honest. Yeah, you can have all the talent, but when you have guys that are playing at that level, you just don't think, hey, well, it's going to be a learning curve. Well, not much of a learning curve. I mean, these guys are playing lights out.
All right, here we go. 3rd and goal. Butala wants to pass, but he's not going to. He's going to go down.
Just go ahead and give that one a coverage sack because there was not a soul open out there for Mr. Gumbo.
Nope, that didn't work out. So looks like the field goal unit coming on, and Jaden Heyman will try to convert to at least get West Florida on the board.
And you see Coach Summerford pat the young man on the butt right there, and I tell you, that's a good job. You didn't make a big mistake. You didn't try to force a ball in there and you get an interception. Hey, they'll take it.
26-yard attempt. With 5 minutes left here in the 1st quarter. West Florida's first scoring opportunity here. And we saw some movement there,
there was
sure.
A lot of movement.
The kick
was good.
Yeah, it had plenty of leg, but I think they're going to move it back a little bit. A false start indeed, so it's going to make the work a little bit tougher now for Mr. Heyman, who did convert on that one, but we knew well before it left his foot that wasn't going to count because there was all kinds of movement. So now, all the way back at the 14-yard line, and that makes this a little bit tougher. It's going to be a 31-yard effort.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game as well. It's kind of looked like a David versus Goliath matchup on paper, but you can clearly see West Florida is very, very good this year.
This kick is up. It's also got tons of leg, and it's good. That's well done by Jaden Heyman. And just like that, as you said, West Florida is very good despite the 1-5 record, and it is 7-3. Clayton Hobbecker, of course, been doing terrific work for us all year long with the Brownsville Welding Sideline Reports. Let's go to him now.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Mr. Gray. So not only are you the band director here, but he also has a little bit of a culinary background. And thus, just this year, they started doing the chicken sandwich. Tell me a little bit about what went into this.
A lot of love and concentration. We thought that Pine Forest needed something authentic and unique to our concession stand, so we agreed to start selling the fried chicken sandwich with some amazing sauce. So he's going to try it for you and let you know how he thinks.
All right, guys, let's see if I can make this sandwich go viral. So, I've had the Popeyes one, and I got to tell you, this one is on par. Now, what goes into this sauce?
Something that I can't tell you got to come try, but it's handmade, homemade from scratch.
There you go, guys. Secret sauce, you got to come to Pine Forest. Get
Yum.
one of these chicken sandwiches. Back
Hey,
up to you guys.
Clayton's got it figured out. Every week he's got
Every
some
week,
awesome
man.
snack or treat that someone's given him. So good for him. They sold like over 500 of those on their first night, and clearly Clayton's a fan. We're back to the action here, and we've got a big run back. Look at this. Still going. One man to beat. It's going to be tough to catch him. Wow, this is impressive. What a play.
Dicarian McWilliams right there.
We calling his name. I remember him from last year. Terrific player. And there he goes, off to the races. I said he had one man to beat. That guy did slow him down enough that they caught him here at the Bob Tyler replay.
Yeah, great job. Again, we talk about West Florida, great blocking, and that's just a good individual effort right there by the young man as well.
Dicarian is a cornerback as well after the 77-yard return. He's a terrific player for him here, senior, and along with returning kicks so beautifully, as you just saw. Like I said, he's a cornerback on D. We saw him make a fine play earlier tonight. So it's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10, and all the way down at the 27-yard line. Terrific spot for Pine Forest, and they got a big hole right off the bat. Here we go, folks. That's Zy McWilliams, and that's going to be another Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. This isn't taking long, is it, Jeff?
No, and yet another back for this Eagles offense that they feed the ball to. I mean, there's just not one guy. Like you see some teams have that one guy. If you're on the roster, you might get the football if you're for Pine Forest.
So we're back inside the Synovus red zone. We've seen a lot of that already now from about the 11-yard line. And looks like we may have a timeout on the field. Yes, indeed, we do.
It's going to be another West Florida timeout.
So it's been kind of an offensive barrage so far tonight, Jeff. I mean, both teams are having no problem whatsoever moving this thing up and down the field.
Yeah, you look at 7-3, 4:15 left in the first. But a lot of yards, like you said, a lot of yards. And I got a couple scores for you if you're interested.
Well,
as we
while
see
we're
the Comfort Dental Smile Cam.
Yeah, while we take a look at the fine crowd here on this evening, tell us what's happening out there.
We got Niceville and Tate tied at 7 in the first quarter. Baker and Lighthouse 7-6. Baker, Mosley and Escambia. We've had Escambia a few times this year. They're tied 0-0. We got Mobile Christian and Flomaton. Boy, that's a big matchup in the north end there. 0-0 as well.
What about the Crusaders? I'm always interested in the Crusaders. They playing tonight? I don't know if they have a bye or what. But,
do not see them.
All right, maybe they're off.
Big win last week.
Yeah, that's where we, of course, had our show last week. 1st and 10 now, and it's at the 12-yard line. L.D. Clarity leading this offense and doing a fine job. They're going to hand this one off right up the middle there for a short gain. That was Zy McWilliams, who handles some of the running back duties for them. 2nd down now, and about 5. They can't get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. They're going to come right back with Zy, who gets outside, and he may get in, folks. Yes, he did. Touchdown. That's Zy McWilliams, who didn't have much right off the beginning of that play. Went out wide, Jeff, and found himself a space.
Yeah, just a simple zone read right there. And that's something that you see West Florida's probably going to try to key on and just sell out to stop the run, but that's something where L.D. Clarity is so smart on that read. Watch him pull that here pretty soon.
Love that sky view drone shot. So
Oh, yeah.
now 13-3 Pine Forest. And again, Dakota Weaver is the kicker. The flags are waving, and why not? Big crowd, too, by the way. Nice home crowd for homecoming. Kick is up. It is most certainly good, and With 3:46 to go here in the first quarter, Pine Forest now leading 14-3. And Jeff, you get the feeling that West Florida just is not going to be able to let their foot off the gas all night, because you know Pine Forest isn't going to.
Yeah, and it's at this point where you saw when it was 7-0, you know, they can kick a field goal there, get some points on the board, kind of break the ice, if you'd say. But I don't think field goals are going to cut it tonight for them, because Pine Forest, unless West Florida can step it up on the defense, which the defense has kind of been a really tough side for them this year, as they've given up about 32 points a game. They're going to have to figure something out. They're going to have to offensively, you can't just rely on Mr. Simmons to tote the rock all night long. They're going to have to continue to try to open up that pass game.
So Jaheim Simmons once again is back, as is Quintarius Gaines, the two gentlemen who receive kickoffs for West Florida. Both very talented, and either one of them at any moment I think could break this thing. We saw Jaheim Simmons almost do that just a few minutes ago with a huge kickoff return, and he's going to hope to do it again now. That was Dakota Weaver, of course, who kicked that extra point a moment ago. He also punts and handles kickoffs, so this is his sturdy leg right there. But it's an onside kick, and well handled. No, check that.
Uh-oh.
That very well may have worked.
I believe it did.
Yeah, it looked to me, I want to get clear here, it looked to me like number 39, Chris Page, may have fallen on it, but I'm sorry, Aubrey Caldwell, 37, but I don't know that he did.
I'm interested to see, because he was sitting on it. But
right,
then
but did he ever have it? Because
I
thought he was sitting on it, but then the ball was nowhere near him.
Oh, and the kicker looks like he kind of fell on him. The ball came out. Interested to see how they're going to call this one.
Sure wish we had a microphone on those refs. He's going to come over and explain it to Coach. Looks like they may be re-kicking this.
That's what.
Maybe it didn't go 10 yards.
Yeah, I didn't see a flag, though.
No, I didn't either.
And
And West Florida fell on it, not Pine Forest. So,
yeah, once it touches.
yeah, well, sorry. I wish I could tell you guys what the call is. I cannot. I don't know what that was. But they are going to re-kick it.
Well, it's like on the old Madden, you got the mulligan, right? So you got to redo it. Is that
what
this
it was?
It's like, hey, you know what?
Oh,
We're not
okay.
sure.
Oh.
We're just going to redo it, you guys.
That's cool. I didn't know they let you do that. That's nice. So the surprise onside kick nearly worked. Not exactly sure what the call was there.
Well, even bigger surprise on the call right there, because we still don't know what it is.
Right now is about the time Dan Shugart sends a text and tells me what I'm missing. So here Nissa may text me, say, Christian, all right, we're going to do this thing again. And they're going to do it again. How about that? So it doesn't work again. And just like that, it's going to be pretty decent field position there. That's Keandre Laster who fell on it. So I don't know, Jeff. The first time it's a nice surprise. The second time it's kind of an odd decision, it feels like. But
To each their own.
who am I? Who am I to say? So it's going to be good news if you're a fan of West Florida Tech, because you're going to start on the Pine Forest side, just barely right at the 49-yard line. But here we go.
Yeah, like we talked about, they're going to have to find ways to get that ball in the end zone. Kind of, it seems like field goals just ain't going to cut it.
Well, when you've got someone like Jaheim Simmons back there who can really break free at any moment, you're always just a moment away from a touchdown. So Butala's going to go long, though, and he's got a man, too.
Good throw.
And he caught
Even
him.
better catch.
Terrific catch. That's Quintarius Gaines. We're calling his name all night. And a terrific throw from Butala, and Gaines pulls it in. And it's a Synovus zone situation, the red zone, once again.
Yeah, you see the Bob Tyler Twitter instant replay. Good throw by the young man right there. Mr. Gumbo, how about that? Well, it's a read, so if the young man beats him outside, he'll throw it to his outside shoulder. But because he beat him inside, he just kind of laid it up there and let him go do his thing.
It's a 30-yard strike, and now again it's West Florida into the Synovus red zone from the 11-yard line. And last time they were in this position, they were not able to get the touchdown.
Seems like a bit of a wildcat situation here.
Okay. That's a direct snap to number 2, Simeon Price. He's out wide, gets down to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Might have picked up about 3, it looks like.
We got a Pine Forest player down.
Yes, we do.
Looks like Von Brown. Looks like he's going to be all right, but that would be a tremendous blow to the secondary for Pine Forest.
He got up, though.
Yeah, I think he's got to come off for a play.
So it is going to be 2nd down now and 7, and from right at about the 10 or maybe the 9-yard line. So again, they can get a first down without getting a touchdown, but it would be awfully close. Down about the 2-yard line is where they get a first.
Thing is, though, is when you pin yourself in where you're at now for West Florida, it makes it that much tougher to score on this defense.
Yeah, no doubt. They're just going to quickly come out wide, and they may have gotten in. I'll tell you, he reached his arm out. That's Simeon Price. I don't think he got in.
They're going to mark him short right there, probably about the half-yard line. But I tell you what, really, really good throw right there by Butala, and well, he got that ball out quick.
And by the way, that was enough to get the first down. So it is now going to be 1st and goal from right at the 1-yard line. That's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10, as you well know.
Anderson Subaru 1st and goal now. Oh, easy
there
pickings right there.
Touchdown, Jaheim Simmons. So West Florida turns this thing around very quickly. That's yet another quick strike. And it's been all offense tonight. Hold on. Do we have a flag on the play?
Yeah, it looked like it may have been after, maybe it's some taunting.
Okay.
Simmons turned around, and once he scored, he pointed at a Pine Forest player.
So that would that get assessed on the PAT or on the kickoff?
Should be on the kickoff.
So I think you're right. I think they're going to assess it on the kickoff. And with that in mind, here's Jaden Heyman on for the extra point to make this thing 14-10 Eagles.
Really good job by the Jags to answer right there and keep themselves in this ball game.
Well, let me tell you, they've had no problem moving this thing. That's a high snap, and he gets the kickoff. And
how did he get that
it's
through?
Good. Wow, that was incredible. Terrific play by the snapper, too. If we could take a look at that from the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay, that was really, really well done.
Yeah, the holder did a really good job to bail
did.
out the long snapper there, and even better by the kicker. Man, it's just all-around great team effort right there.
And it pays off because it's now 14-10. Here's a look. Watch this. The high snap, he bobbles it, he gets it down. Man, that's just great. That's terrific stuff there.
You look at Douglas Benjamin, number 13 right there, doesn't understand
Couldn't
how
believe,
he didn't block
He's
that.
like, are you kidding me? All right, so how about that? This is an exciting game here. Hoping all 4 quarters can stay just like this. Just rolling this thing up and down the field. And, it's going to be Pine Forest now with DeCarian McWilliams and Rondell Whedon handle the return duties. And you can see they're all the way back at the 25-yard line. That, of course, is the assessment of the penalty we saw on the touchdown. So you got to believe Pine Forest is going to get some nice field position. In fact, their gentlemen in the back are all the way up at about the 25-yard line. So
they already had a big return last time as well.
Yep, 77 yards just a few minutes ago.
Interesting to see if West Florida may try to pooch kick this.
Keep it out of their hands.
Yep,
that's exactly what they do. Good call.
Uh-oh.
Ball stays in bounds. And didn't have anywhere to go. That was Rondell Whedon who fielded and didn't do too much with the return. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the 39-yard line. And, I think you're right. I think that was probably their best bet. 39-yard line, given that penalty, is not bad if you're a West Florida fan.
No, perfect kick right there. And couldn't have done it any better. And hey, everything worked out so far. But here we go. Once again, this West Florida Jags defense, they're going to have to find a way to make a couple stops here because it's been easy pickings for this Eagles offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's been big-time plays, and we've seen LD Clarity with a couple of big passes. This time around, that's going to be a big loss. Some terrific pursuit from the Pine Forest defense, and a big loss there.
Yeah, Bryce Louder there, number 12, coming up, hanging on for dear life, but great job of forcing him outside. And you see the cutbacks, great pursuit on defense. That's Man, that's just textbook by those guys. Great job on that Jags defense.
Eric Young was the ball handler there. So now it's going to be 2nd and 15 after the 5-yard loss. This time Clarity keeps it himself and picks up a few, goes out of bounds. Might have gotten about 7. 3rd and, let's see where they put this. Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and about 8, it looks like.
And there's that zone read we talked about where Clarity's been giving it all night long. He pulls it, but the Jags do a good job right there of forcing him to the sideline and using that sideline as their friend.
So from the 41-yard line, it's 3rd down and 8. Big moment here, big opportunity for the West Florida defense.
Watch a screen when you get 3 receivers to the top here.
Terrific pursuit once again. That was Zy McWilliams who made the catch. He's got a touchdown on the night, but nothing doing there, and it's going to be 4th down and about 6. And it looks like the punting unit coming on. So that's a terrific effort from West Florida.
Yeah, huge win. And like I just mentioned, when you see a 3 receiver set to the top of the field, Pine Forest loves throwing these quick, easy, high percentage throws and these screens. And I'll tell you what, those Pine Forest receivers missed their blocks big time as there was about 3 Jag defenders in his face.
Bryce Alderman will be the punter for Pine Forest here. As we've seen all night, Jaheim Simmons and Quantarius Gaines will be back.
Oh, you got
good punt, great bounce. And it's still rolling all the way down to about the 14-yard line. So Alderman does his job, pinning West Florida back at the 14. And with under a minute to go in the first, the Jaguars heading out to see what they can do, led by Dawson Butala, the junior quarterback. That's good news if you're a West Florida fan. He's looking sharp tonight, and we know we've got him for at least another year. Wait, I shouldn't say at least. For another year. It's not 2 more.
Well, technically you can leave early now.
Well, okay.
You can enroll early, you know.
That's right.
You don't see it a whole lot, but who knows? With a nickname like Gumbo.
That's true. Stirring it up.
Nice.
All right, it's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10 here. There you go. The band is feeling it. Got a nice crowd. Got a nice evening. It's about 80 degrees. I'd love it to be 60, but that ain't going to happen. Flag on the play. It was Simmons on the handoff. We'll see what the penalty is.
Yeah, I tell you, that starting field position, you just wish Gaines would have received or caught that punt, at least just fair caught it at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, could have saved his team about 15 yards.
It's like an illegal block right there for West Florida.
Rhett Summerford, the head coach at West Florida. Had a great conversation with him. Very nice guy. Talked to him earlier this week.
Boy, both these coaches, Coach McDonald as well, they're high-intensity guys. They are not afraid to show it.
There you see Coach. And by the way, leading to regular success from both programs, despite the numbers this year. By that, Pine Forest 3-2. West Florida 1-5 on the season. That is definitely not the norm for this team. It's going to be 1st and very long now. 1st and about 20 after the penalty, and all the way back at the 6-yard line. They got to be very careful here because we know that Pine Forest defense is terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't do anything. Try to be too tricky here. Just stick to the game plan.
Yeah. Hand off to Simmons. Doesn't get anything. Perhaps a yard max. 2nd and very long now.
No, it looks like they're going to let the clock run out here in the first quarter.
That's good, you know. Go talk about it. Get the free timeout with the end of the quarter. It's exciting first quarter, too. A lot of scoring, a lot of offense. Yeah. And that, in fact, will do it for this moment in time as the first quarter comes to an end. It's Hill Kelly Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Rams, Friday night rivals, and we're glad you are with us, folks. An exciting game. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter. We're back, everybody. As you can see, Pine Forest up 14-10, and West Florida trying to get it going here, though a penalty at the start of their drive is hurting them. There you can see some of the fans. It's a pretty nice crowd here tonight. It's going to be, as I said, a bit of a warm night, but But Jeff, we've had several games, I'd say, with smaller crowds than this, and this is homecoming for Pine Forest.
Yeah.
Looks like Captain America is here tonight. That's
nice of him to
cool.
show up.
That's neat that Cap was able to find the time.
See the Pine Forest band right
you
there.
know they're warm.
Yeah, those do not look forgiving.
Those band uniforms are not cool, I would not. All right, second down now at 15 from deep in their own territory. This is West Florida. See if they can convert here. A couple plays to do so. Utala goes in the air. That thing is up, and
Boy, that was in the air for a long time.
Could have been picked, wasn't picked. Big break there. That was number 13, Douglas Benjamin, who had the best shot at it.
A little bit of a high throw. Got to get that throw down, and that was the slant route. They had some success earlier.
That was close.
That could have been another, they already have 5 pick sixes. That could have been number 6.
And I'm telling you right now, they got to be careful here. You might just say, just run it because you're deep in your own territory. It's 3rd and 15. It's unlikely you're going to convert anyway.
Live to fight another day.
You don't want to challenge this defense. That we may have a timeout on the field.
That's West Florida's last timeout.
Wow, yeah. They've been calling those quickly, and now with 11:55 to go in the quarter. The quarter just started. We've had one play from scrimmage. West Florida has used their final timeout. There you can see a live shot, of course, from the Skyview drone.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's been great. It really has been great. You know, there are very specific rules on when we can and cannot use it. And I can tell you now, if you're watching, and next week the game at Crestview, we will not be able to use it because Crestview High School is very close to an airport, and of course that would allow for us to keep that thing on the ground. Not allowed to put it up when you're next to an airport, which makes perfect sense. So enjoy the views you get tonight. We will not be able to bring it to you next week. I know you're pumped about next week's game, though, Jeff.
Yeah, going to be a good one for sure. We go to Crestview and they play Lincoln.
Yeah.
Should be fun. We've heard a lot about that Lincoln squad. And
it's my first time since doing this. I did 3 games last year, and now this season the whole time, heading over to Okaloosa County. And I'm looking forward to that. You know, I know there's a Cracker Barrel on the way to Crestview, so I'm already planning out my.
We're carpooling out there. So does that mean I'm going to Cracker Barrel? Or
No, you can wait in the car.
Okay, I got it.
So sure enough, they do keep it on the ground, and it's a big gain for Jaheim Simmons. Not enough to convert, but gives the punter a little bit of breathing room. So I'm sure Jaden Heyman appreciates that, and a good stand by Pine Forest as they're going to get the ball back, and they'll probably get some pretty solid field position too. It's an 11-yard gain though.
Jaheim Simmons, he looks like a complete back. Like he is
he's
well
awesome.
put together.
I would concur, good sir. As we noted earlier in the game, he's on his way to becoming the most prolific rusher in the history of this school if everything keeps going the way it's going. 4th and long, it's a low snap, nearly blocked.
Way to get it off.
He does not call for the fair catch, but a quick hit there, and credit where it's due. That's number 23, William Carlisle, on the defensive play. It's still great field position for Pine Forest.
Yeah, hey, he don't want to call the fair catch. And there you go, let him have it.
They're going to pay for that.
Nonetheless, it'll be really terrific field position for Pine Forest, and not that they needed any help, but how about this? Last time we said that they needed to make some stops in that Jags defense, and they did. Well, they need one bad right here, though.
Yeah, they do. 1st and 10, and the Eagles are out and ready to go. Looks like they're gonna start at the 46-yard line on the West Florida side. So great field position and a terrific offense led by L.D. Clarity, the senior quarterback, number 2. Hand this off, and a fine second effort. And that's a nice gain by Zy McWilliams, who looked like they had him in the backfield, Jeff.
Yeah, and a huge missed tackle. He just kept on trucking right there. Really, really good job by the young man.
Yeah, he's already got a touchdown on the night. We've called his name about 10 times. So big-time player for Pine Forest. Picks up 5 there. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 from the 41.
So many weapons in this Pine Forest Eagles offense.
And honestly, you know, again, they're 3-2, but as we said, they're also number 8 in the state. So don't let the 2 losses fool you. Those are 2 good losses, right?
Major respect right there in his losses.
Clarity is, look at him go. He's incredible.
With him.
And he's going to buy himself enough time to get the pass off, but that looks like a duck, and that may get picked. You know, that could be, I don't know, I might have thought that was offensive pass interference. Looks like it was about to get picked off. and a push from behind, but no call is made. And after all that, just a long, incomplete pass.
Yeah, Vaughn Hill looks a little shaken up, number 1 right there. Young man had to play a little defense on the offensive side as you saw Clarity just throw it up.
I thought Quintarius Gaines had a shot at the interception here.
Look at this. It's like Dancing with the Stars. How about that?
Get Bergeron out there. So finally gets it off. And now watch this. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, got to play a little defense. Yeah, he kind of pushes him just a little. But nonetheless, he did what he had to do.
Yeah. So it's clearly a big penalty we missed, Jeff.
Well, you know, we said every week that happens. We're sitting here watching the replay.
And then we look down and it's like, why are they all walking 20 yards that way? Oh, man. All right. Sorry, folks. We missed a penalty there, but it's good news for Pine Forest because it's going to be an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10 now down at the 31-yard line. So it's a 10-yard penalty. Not sure what the call was.
Par for the course. Par for the course.
That's a bummer, you know, because that was kind of a big one. Your stomach sinks when you look up.
Yep.
You see everybody walking. It's like, what have we missed? Oh, okay. Jack Hanneman, who directs for us, said the coach from West Florida said something. So here's a pass to the end zone.
Oh my goodness.
Should have been picked off, I think. And again, that's Gaines.
Yeah, Gaines,
all over
man.
the field tonight. So apparently it was Coach Summerford who said something to the ref and cost his team 10 yards.
No excuse right here. Gaines is their leading receiver on the offensive side.
And hits could have been huge too. He knows too how much he should have had that. There you can see Coach realizing he hurt his team on that one.
You're telling me Coach Summerford said a mean word, maybe?
Apparently, according to our terrific director, Jack. Second down now and 10. Coach Summerford, if you're watching the replay, that came from Jack.
Not us.
Going to be a keeper here. And Clarity's got all kinds of room. They're not going to catch him. Big run. It was a quarterback run all the way, and boy, he was uncatchable on that. So touchdown, Pine Forest.
Yep, another flag, and it may be again unsportsmanlike conduct. Of course, both these teams have been jawing back and forth with each other.
26-yard scramble for LD Clarity, and we'll see what the penalty is. Doesn't matter, the touchdown counts.
That'll be Clarity's 3rd touchdown this year rushing.
So again, we'll see. They may want to assess this one on the kickoff. As know that.
So Clarity came in with almost 250 yards rushing. So that'll get him close to 300 for this year.
Weaver's kick is up. It's good, and it is now 21-10. We got a lot of scoring. Here's a touchdown run from LD Clarity. So talented as we head to break.
Gave him a little piece on the way out.
We're back. It's 21-10 Pine Forest. A big touchdown run, 26 yards moments ago from LD Clarity, the senior quarterback. And, Jeff, we keep having the same conversation. West Florida is doing a fine job staying in, but just as soon as they do, it's a big touchdown from Pine Forest. And you get the feeling West Florida may be playing catch-up all night.
Yeah, and you don't want to get a scoring match with this Pine Forest Eagles offense. Kind of the way it's looking right now. If West Florida wants to stay in this ball game, they're going to have to put another touchdown on the board.
There you can see Quintarius Gaines, who nearly had a pickoff there, and boy, what a difference it made. The very next play was a 26-yard touchdown run, and Gaines is thinking the same thing. He'd love to help his team out now with a big kickoff return. Jaheim Simmons is also back. Neither one of them going to get a chance. Nice return there. That's fielded by number 20. It was Clifford Monroe. Well done, Clifford. Makes a fine little catch on the run and gives his team some pretty good field position to start things off here.
Yeah, could have let that ball go by, and it may have rolled out of bounds, but nonetheless, got his hands on it and good return.
It's really high praise to Jaheim Simmons and Quintarius Gaines that that Coach McDonald just isn't going to kick to him. He's willing to give up this terrific field position. I mean, now West Florida's starting at the 40 of Pine Forest, but you get the feeling that Coach McDonald feels like that's a bargain.
Yeah, well, we saw it last week. Both teams trying to kick it away from each other, and when one team finally did kick it, it was a big return for Pensacola Catholic.
Yep, and we've had a couple of big returns tonight. Speaking of Pensacola Catholic, we mentioned them earlier. In a minute, see if you can maybe give us some scores. Simmons up the middle there. Catholic undefeated. We had a few teams undefeated. Washington Wildcats still have not lost a game, which is maybe the story of the year, given that they did not win a game last year. You got any, Jeff?
Yeah, you talking about Catholic. They're playing at home tonight against Pace. 7-0 lead in the first quarter for them.
Okay.
Boy, Niceville's up big on Tate. This has been a rough year for Tate. 27-7 in the second quarter right now. Navarre and Childs out of Tallahassee. Big district game, tied at 7. How about this? Flomaton 12, Mobile Christian 7. Talk about a big rivalry game. You may not be familiar with it. That's some just good old-fashioned hate up there.
Those two teams get after it, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. Those are fun to watch. All right, so after the short gain from Simmons, it's going to be 2nd and 7. And that's Simmons again. I think he's going to be just short of a first down. Should bring up 3rd and very short. Simmons is terrific and has an offer on the table from UAB, so he's on his way to play some Saturday football, whether he chooses there or someplace else.
We're going to see a 3-receiver set to the top of the screen, and Gaines is going to be down here to the bottom.
Dawson Butala, the junior quarterback, we've seen a couple of nice passes from him tonight. One beautiful play earlier on a slant pattern.
I'm impressed with his poise. He's been very poised, especially with pressure in the pocket. He just keeps his cool.
So it's 3rd down and about 1.5 yards. But they're going to give it right back to Simmons, and he's still fighting. And
I think he's got it.
Yeah, it's going to be real close, but I agree. I think he's got it. And Anderson Subaru 1st and 10 here with 8:32 to go in the second quarter, and West Florida trying to keep this thing close. No, he's short.
No, they're going to give him the first.
Are they? Yes, they are.
The white hat will signal first down.
There's the official first down.
Well, and what a second effort right there by Simmons. You see, he got kind of blown up right there at the line and got his feet back and found a way to get a couple yards.
So it is an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. As you can see, it's right on the 30-yard line. And this is a good game. It was a lot of fun tonight. Butala's going to pass under some real pressure, and he's maybe gets right back to the line of scrimmage, which was at the 30. He wanted to throw it, just terrific defense, as we've seen all season from Pine Forest. Jeff, no one was open. Yeah,
credit Ahmad Wright, the outside linebacker, coming on a blitz right there, the junior 5'10". Yeah, really forced Butala to run out of that pocket, and he's not going to outrun this defense.
No. So it looks like he loses about 0.5 yard. It'll be 2nd down and, 10.5, I suppose?
10.5.
Yeah, okay.
I like it.
Why not?
I'm down with it.
That's the way I'm going to do it.
We're getting funky up here.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I play by my rules. There's Simmons coming hard on this one. Picks up about 3, so it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, very manageable. Of course, this is 4-down territory, most likely for the Jags. I don't know how many more times they're going to want to go back to the field goal game here.
No, and from here that would be a long one. That's about a 42-yarder right now, which by the way is right at the limit.
I think Butala, you just got to remember, this is 4-down territory. You don't have to get it all back at once.
Good point. 3rd and 6. He's got his man wide open.
Great job.
That's well done. And that's Isaac Walton who makes the catch, still on his feet and inside the Synovus red zone. So a big conversion there as Butala with another nice pass. The chains are moving, and good news for West Florida. Hey, listen, Butala's looking good.
Yeah, looking really crisp, and a great block right there by Anthony MacArthur. Young man, 6 foot, senior.
On 3rd and 6, a 17-yard gain. And remember, Butala's first pass tonight was an interception. Ever since then, he's looked awfully good.
See a little wildcat right here.
Okay. The direct. Oh, yikes. Gosh, that was a Simeon Price. DeCarrion made the defensive play. Simeon Price was running the ball, but thank goodness. Nice to see him jump right up and act okay. That was scary.
Here you see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. And we've seen him run this wildcat where Simmons gets out in front and blocks for Price, and hadn't worked too well. Basically.
Oh my gosh, I can barely look at that.
Landing on his head right there.
But he jumped right up, thank goodness.
Pine Forest, then that defense knows you're going to run the football, and when they know what you're going to do, they become really, really dangerous.
All right, so loses a couple of yards now. It's second and about 12. I feel like, am I wrong? I feel like it should be third. Remember, there was the loss of about a half yard. The reason I'm saying it's second is because that's what the sideline sticker has, but I feel like it's third, isn't it? There was that short loss where I said 10.5, and then the play we just saw. And now there's a penalty. Yep. So the flag is a hold call, and that's going to be a big loss, and perhaps that's why it's still second down, because they were ahead of me and knew the penalty was coming. So it is second now and about a little more than 20. They've got to get down to the 5 to get a first down. And Jeff, something I've certainly come to learn this year, I didn't play high school football, and I'm getting obviously pretty familiar with it now. Penalties are a huge part of this. It's high school players run up the middle here from Simmons back to about the 20-yard line, and I think playing a bigger role than I thought. We've seen a lot of second and thirds and really, really long. That's just part of the deal, I guess.
Well, it is, and it's gotten a little worse, I believe, over the past few years, probably 5 years or so. And you see it translate into the college game, and you see, even into NFL, and teams that are highly penalized, they're just usually not that successful. And it's just so hard, when you got a young guy who's going out there giving you everything he's got. Sometimes the mental part, you kind of forget about it. You get so caught up in the game, you just do your job, and it's tough to find a team that's not highly penalized anymore. 3rd and 14, the low snap. Simmons is able to pick it up, but gets nothing out of it. So now it's going to be 4th down from the 20. It would be a 37-yard field goal. It's 4th and about 14. So I do think they're going to try and convert the field goal here. And that would be Jaden Heyman on to kick. Yeah, and we talk about him not really needing to kick a field goal, but at this point when it's so long, at least try to get something out of it, because it's highly unlikely on 4th and very long you're going to convert.
Absolutely. And you got a decent shot, I think, a decent shot at the field goal here from Heyman, who knocked one down earlier. Coach thinks anything from about 35 yards and in, he's good, and this is right at about 37. Kick is up. Looks like plenty of leg, folks.
Looks like he hooked it.
He did hook it. So had all the leg in the world, but he pulls it just a skosh left. And with that in mind, the score will remain 21-10 in favor of Pine Forest here. It is Friday Night Rivals, and we're glad you're with us. We got a long way to go. Stay with us, folks. We're live, we're back, we're glad you're with us. It's Hill Kelly Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Rams, Friday Night Rivals, and as you can see, Pine Forest up 21-10, coming off a missed field goal there. West Florida was moving it down the field, but a penalty stalls them out. And here comes L.D. Clarity leading this Pine Forest offense. Looks like they got 3 guys out wide here. And they may be trying to do something long, although Clarity's always a threat to run, which he's going to do. And he's going to do it quite well. He'll have a first down and then some. A big gain there.
Yeah, so you see LD Clarity, and you talk about the 3-man. You watch, there was a screen set up, but that's what we call an RPO, a run-pass option. Clarity drops back right there. He sees the giant hole up the middle, so he has the option to take off and run or throw the screenplay. Clarity just... He's a special talent. We see a West Florida player down.
20-yard gain for Clarity. Let's go down to Clayton Habecker for the Brownsville Welding sideline report. Clayton, earlier tonight, I thought I saw Captain America.
That's right, Christian, you did. I've got Jared here, a senior here at Pine Forest. So tell me, you've got your cape, you got your props, the setups, the signs, the face paint. Is this something you do for every game?
Every single game. We go to Rhett's house, and we get painted all up, and then we try to hype up this crowd.
All right, so speaking of hyping up the crowd, I heard you had some chants you wanted to lead us in. So do those 2 chants for me.
Yes, sir.
What's the first one?
First one, we got Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. Buddha.
All right, so what does Puda mean?
Buddha is the nickname of the best defensive lineman in the country. His name's Thaddeus Walker.
All right, guys, well, I'll let you guys get back up to the crowd and pumping them up. So thank you so much, guys.
Man, they are pumped. Love it. Talking about Tamarius Walker. You know, these guys, Jeff, that's hardcore fandom. Instead of like calling out the quarterback or the running back. I love it.
You're going to the defensive lineman
I
right
love
there.
it.
And hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Captain America's on your side. You're all good.
Yep, they go to Rhett's house every week.
Who doesn't go to Rhett's house?
Well, Rhett's got it figured out.
Yep.
The holding call there is a staller for Pine Forest here with 3:12. So we're getting late here in the second quarter, and that's a big penalty. A moment like this, Jeff, makes you think that West Florida's got to be sorry they spent all 3 timeouts very early on in this half, because if they could now, with a 1st and 20 situation from Pine Forest, they might have been in decent position to get that ball back and do something with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that comes with having a young team and having them in the wrong position right there. But hopefully they can make a stop and keep an 11-point game. So
the big run from Clarity is negated because of a holding penalty. This time he's going to go through the air, and he overthrows it.
Oh,
and that's going to
boy.
be picked off. A terrific play there. Just really looked like that was his. That's who he was throwing it to. Who made the catch?
Yeah, Anthony Green the third.
Well done.
Right there for the Jags coming up clutch.
Well, that is the first time we've said his name tonight, and he says it at a big. We say it at a big moment because Clarity just overthrew his receiver there, and he was there to make the catch. That's terrific. And now, as we were just making this point, with 2:45 to play, West Florida is in pretty good position to do something, despite the fact that they don't have the timeout. They're going to take over at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, going to have to go to some simple. We talk about those little slant routes and things like that. You can't just rely on Simmons right here to run you all the way down the field, although he very well could do it. They got to get him out in space.
Yep. And look, I've been more and more impressed by the play from Butala's arm.
Uh-oh,
and
wide
he's got
open.
a man right here, and just as I say it, he completes it. A huge play. That's Simeon Price Jr., and it's another Synovus red zone moment for the very impressive-looking West Florida.
And you look at the secondary for Pine Forest. Boy, they are yelling at each other. Hey, you were supposed to be back here. No, you were supposed to be here. So that's always a good sign when you got the defensive players going back and forth with each other.
And I say it's really specifically worth noting here, Jeff, because this is like one of the best secondaries in the area. So they are not used to getting burnt, and we've seen it a couple of times tonight on the 40-yard strike there.
Yeah, maybe getting a little too cocky right there, not taking it enough serious and respecting this pass game for West Florida.
All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line, and a big run there. That's going to be a 1st and goal. I don't think he quite got in, but of course that's Jaheim Simmons. God, it seems like about 2 minutes ago we were talking about West Florida maybe getting a chance. They're doing something with it, that's for sure.
Yeah, really, really great run. Great job by those buffet busters up front, creating these holes off tackle. And hey, if you're West Florida here, let some clock run down. Don't give Pine Forest too much time.
1st and goal from the 3. That's Simmons again. He gets in. Well done there. West Florida turning the tables pretty quickly. That's going to make it 21-16. So the big pass from Dawson Butala to Isaac Walton gets things going, and it didn't take long to get into the end zone.
And of course, Simmons came in with over 700 yards rushing, averaging about 120 a game. Well, he's on par for that. Young man coming into the game also had 8 touchdowns rushing. Well, he's a special talent.
All right, so here we go. Jaden Heyman on to convert the extra point. It's up. It's most certainly good. And just like that, 21-17 with still over 2 minutes to go. Here's another look at the touchdown. And that,
just
of course,
simple.
Just give it to Simmons. Get out of the way, folks. The Brownsville Welding folks are hooking us up all season long with our sideline reports. Let's go back to Clayton.
Hey guys, down here with Staff Sergeant Taylor. Now I know you guys just have a scholarship that you gave away with the deadline in October for $180,000. There is another one coming up towards the end of the year. Tell me about that one.
Yes, sir. So pretty much what normally happens is we do it twice a year. The early board goes pretty much in November. So right now the deadline for November is canceled. So we go into January. Around January time, it's the same thing. The scholarship, same amount of money. What happens is we typically look for gentlemen and women that are, looking to do something great and be a leader. So for the scholarship, it's an officer, pretty much for officers to go 4 years in college, bachelor's degree. And what happens is you just have to apply normally like on a ROTC website. It's to any big university out there like FAMU, Florida State, Auburn that has an ROTC program. And pretty much it covers all room and board tuition fees. And after that happens, pretty much they get commissioned their senior year.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Staff Sergeant Taylor. We appreciate it. Doing the coin tosses with us on Friday Night Rivals. Back over to you guys.
Thanks, Clayton. Yeah, that's terrific. That's well done. Meanwhile, the kickoff does not come without a penalty, so we're going to see another kick here, Jeff. And per the norm for Pine Forest, Kerry McWilliams and Rondale Whedon will be back trying to turn it upfield. Now kicking off back from the 35-yard line. So those two guys are up to the 20 to 30. They're going to get good field position again, which they need with only 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the second period. Great kickoff. Yeah, fielded all the way back at the 10. Beautiful move there. Got the crowd pumped. A collective. Ooh,
I tell you.
That's Rondale Whedon with a nice move. Oh, got another flag on the play, and this may very well be yet another celebration penalty because it comes well after the return. We do have an injured West Florida player here on the field.
Kyler Purifoy is the young man on the ground. The young man that you heard the ooze about was William Carlisle. We said his name a few minutes ago. He come barreling down on kickoff, and when you barrel down, you don't break down. You make it very easy to make a move around you.
As you said, Kyler Purifoy, the junior linebacker, also on special teams, quite obviously as he was just there. He's hurting a little bit here.
Yeah, we sure hope the young man's all right. We never want to see anybody get injured.
Nope. Hate to see it every week. You probably noticed the pink flags tonight, of course, as we said last week, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There's one of them. The officials also wearing pink whistles, Jeff. So sort of all in on that, which is great. The whole idea behind it, of course, is to get it mentioned, to keep it in people's minds, and there you can see the pink whistle, and that's what it's about. Here we are talking about on TV, so very good.
It's helmet to helmet against Pine Forest, and that might be why Mr. Purifoy
was on the ground
right there.
Yeah. So a fine return is going to lose a significant amount of yards. Looks like it's going to be all the way back down to the 18-yard line with just over 2 minutes. Oh, forget that. Not the 18. He's still walking. Down to the 8-yard line.
Even better timing for West Florida right there on defense is now there's 2 minutes left. As I said earlier, West Florida, when they got the big runs down there, a big pass play, they try to use a little clock so you don't give Pine Forest, who can strike quick anytime. Nonetheless, you got to score.
Right.
So you can't really worry about that.
Yeah.
But
No,
now
I
you
hear
force
ya.
Pine Forest to run the whole field in 2 minutes. Of course, Pine Forest has all 3 of their timeouts, though.
They've got all 3 of their timeouts. They've got senior quarterback L.D. Clarity, who's just terrific. Zoe Turner, an awesome wide receiver, as is Vaughn Hill, Jaden Milner, all potential targets here. And Zy McWilliams, who's a running back for him, has been really good. So, yeah, they're pretty loaded, and they certainly could turn things around here.
Yeah, as you saw, another penalty as well tacked onto the helmet. Helmet was unsportsmanlike against Pine Forest.
So it is 1st and 10, but from very deep in their territory. And now I'd say Pine Forest has to be very careful, not turn this thing over. It's great defense there.
Man, great job right there by Kanoa Davis, senior outside linebacker. Great stop by that young man.
So he loses about 4. And I'll say it again what I said before. Right now, West Florida may be thinking, Shoot, wish we had those timeouts.
Here's the thing, though, is Pine Forest, we know they love to run those high percentage throws, and boy, if they can get one free right here, watch maybe a skinny post in the middle of the field.
Flaherty's got his man out wide here. And that's going to be a big gainer. Still on his feet. That's going to be well enough for a first down. That's Eric Young. I believe the first time we've called his name. Senior wide receiver. It's Anderson Subaru, 1st and 10.
Once again, high percentage little screen pass right there, and that's what it can turn into. I mean, big plays. This Pine Forest offense is explosive, and you see it right there.
Yep, 11-yard gain. Good enough for the first down.
Minute 16 left. Plenty of time with 3 timeouts.
At the 22-yard line, so still a long way to go. And if you are curious, Coach is comfortable kicking field goals from about 42 yards. So pretty big leg. Dakota Weaver, the kicker. Flaherty's got him, man, way downfield, but he overthrows him. That may get picked. It does get picked. An outstanding catch. Wow, what a catch that was.
Gaines again. He had that dropped interception in the end zone earlier. Well, how about that young man? Way to redeem yourself.
So that's back-to-back possessions for Pine Forest where Flaherty throws a long interception. And now West Florida's got a shot to do something with under 2 minutes to go. Wow, that's a great catch.
Yeah, Flaherty came into the game with only 4 interceptions. Not bad for a young man that's thrown over 100 times, but now
2 in 2 drives.
Yeah.
Just over a minute to go. Now, finally, the point we've been making for the last 20 minutes really matters because now West Florida does not have any of those timeouts, and they are at the 32-yard line. So that's a minute left, though. You know.
I think you can maybe run a screen, a high percentage throw, nothing too dangerous right here.
Listen, Dawson Butala likes to air it out.
He definitely does.
Quarterback. He's like, just get out of my way.
Don't get too pretty right here.
Chunk it downfield. A little end around there. Simeon Price. Does he get out of bounds?
He does not.
Nope, clock's going to run. So that was a mistake. 57 seconds to go.
And that's a play that you're going to run and see if you get a big chunk gain out of it. And if you do, then you hurry up to the line. Maybe you throw the ball deep right there and try to get it. But right here, I think you just got to kind of run the football. And, hey,
and there's no hustle at all right now in the West Florida side.
No, and they're just going to run the clock out. They're going to go to half right here, 21-17. Let's just talk. We talked about how great Pine Forest was and kind of a David versus Goliath. Well, tell you what, David's looking pretty good right now going into halftime.
I mean, look, you pointed it out at the top of the show. Yes, they're 1-5. And when you say they're 1-5, that's instantly like, oh, they're no good. Well, they've also played the second hardest schedule in the state. I think they're better. Well, we're seeing they're for sure better than the record would imply. He gets out of bounds there, so that will stop the clock. So, and the same is true with Pine Forest at 3-2, but again, they have 2 losses, and yet they're in the top 10 in the state. So every now and again, not that often, but every now and again, the records just don't tell much of the story. And it feels like for both teams that's the case tonight.
Well, you look at Pine Forest, and they've got explosive offense on the other side. And, their defense is really good. For West Florida, they're just missing a couple leaders, senior leaders over there. And I think that's the difference this year. I think they're still a great football team. I don't know ever of Coach Summerford coached team that wasn't great. Yeah. And like you said, 1-5. They're not a 1-5 team.
Doesn't feel like it.
They're just missing 1 or 2 playmakers.
Anderson Subaru 1st and 10 now from the 42-yard line with 18.4 seconds to go. And remember, no timeouts for West Florida. First down, Jaguars. Gonna hand it off up the middle. That's Simmons. And he picks up a yard, but that may end up being the last play here because, again, they can't stop the clock. Yep, I think that's going to do it here.
Way to rise to the occasion for that West Florida defense, especially the way they started.
No doubt about it. Pine Forest had a shot here twice in the closing minutes to do something, and both times big pickoffs from West Florida. One of those they turned into the touchdown. The other one, the clock expires, and that's exactly how this particular half will come to a close now with Pine Forest, the home team on homecoming night, up 21-17 against the visiting West Florida Jaguars. So we're going to hold tight here and see if we can catch an interview. We always like to get an interview with the coach. I think Coach McDonald, if we can.
Yeah, and for Pine Forest, they're going to go back and they're going to watch this film, or they're going to talk about it. They just made some kind of silly mistakes right there, and some uncharacteristic things for LD Clarity, but they'll clean it up.
Let's go down now to Clayton Hallbecker, who's got Coach.
Hey guys, down here with Coach McDonald. So, close game here for homecoming. Definitely came out trying to show aggression in that first quarter with the onside kick. Then you got to retry it, went for it again. Tell me a little bit what went into that decision.
Right, well, the first one was onside kick, second when he missed the signal right there, but yeah, we were coming out trying to play a little aggressive right there, Special teams, is hurting us a little bit right now, but, we got to go in, we got to fix some things at halftime. We're up, but, we're not playing like we're capable of playing right now.
Speaking of fixing things, main thing you're trying to work on in the second half?
Well, we can't turn the ball over. We can't make stupid decisions. We can't throw the ball up for grabs right there. We can't throw the ball in the double coverage right there. We got guys running open. We got to make plays right there, But we're going to fix everything's fixable. We'll go in halftime, get it fixed, come out and play the second half.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Coach McDonald, and certainly thank you to Clayton. Brownsville Welding, of course, all year long, including just now giving us these sideline reports, and certainly glad to get Coach McDonald's take. Jeff, he mentioned several things they need to work on. He had a long list there, it sounds like, and I guess no surprise since they're only up 4 here on homecoming night.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, you can't throw the ball in a double coverage. Now, keep in mind, Clarity threw that ball up earlier that was defended. Otherwise, he'd have 3 interceptions in one half.
It is Hill Kelly Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Rams, Friday night rivals. The half is just beginning. When we come back, we'll continue with our halftime coverage. We are back now for the Andy Citron halftime report. Glad to have you with us on Friday Night Rivals. We've been doing this week after week, and it's fun every single time. You can see the band is on the field as the halftime festivities are just about to get started. Don't forget, this isn't just the band, folks. This is homecoming. So it's a big night for Pine Forest, and you love to see that. Look at those kids decked out in beautiful dresses and tuxedos and just looking sharp and great. There's a big crowd. This is awesome. We lucked out last week because we got this at Catholic High School, and now we're seeing some of the halftime action here with homecoming again this week, but at Pine Forest. There you can see the aerial shot. So it's great to have you with us, folks. It's really a lot of fun every single week. And one of the things we like to do every week is not just bring you these games, but remind you that these are student athletes. So they're getting it done on the field, but they certainly are getting it done in the classroom every single week as well. And we always feature a player. Sometimes they play in the football game, sometimes they play a different sport, but they're always terrific, and their GPAs are so impressive. And we wouldn't have the opportunity to do that if we didn't have the partnership with Levin Law to bring you the scholar athlete every single week. So certainly we thank Levin Law for that, and we're glad to do it, and we're glad you are with us for Friday Night Rivals, a reminder of our appreciation certainly for Levin Law and the scholar athlete of the week.
I'm attorney Rachel Gilmer with Levin Papantonio. At Levin Papantonio, we understand the value of education and teamwork that is gained through high school sports. That's why we're a proud supporter of student athletes everywhere.
But yeah, I did participate in sports. I went to Pensacola High School, as a matter of fact, back in the 60s. Played baseball for Fred Waters, who's a well-known baseball coach around here. Teamwork, that's the main thing that's to be learned from team sports. And nobody can do anything on their own. You need somebody to help you. And that's a great lesson to learn for anybody in life.
In motion, he lines up at the H-back. Here's Hardy to throw on the screen. It's complete. Needs a block, a stutter step, finds a room, finds a first down, breaks the tackle, flips the ball forward, caught out of the air. A foot race at the 30, 25-20. All the way down is Thompson Bird and out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
3 to the bottom. They look the other way downfield. The pass is thrown up, and Hughie with the concentration to snare that ball.
See if they actually get a return here or not. Low snap. Boy, they got a chance at a block, and they actually did. Blocked it, picked up in the air. And guess what? Into the end zone.
Here he is on the dive play, shedding his block, squeezing down the line of scrimmage, and I don't know what that it's called in wrestling, but takedown.
It's a takedown.
Yeah.
Split to the far side. Handoff goes to Crawford. First down and more. He's right up the middle. He's gone. Tavion Crawford. Touchdown, Big Red. Oh, check that. Got to the goal line, ball was fumbled, and here comes Stover, the Tornadoes. Back out down the field. Blockers in front and finally knocked out of bounds on the sideline.
About 5 yards of him, but there he's starting to slow down.
He was no.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't in the end zone.
Roofsager didn't quit on the play.
Earn your career in a year at Laughlin Technical College. The mission of Laughlin Tech is to prepare students for current and emergent high-demand careers through collaboration with community stakeholders. Expanding opportunities and access to training programs will provide a talent pipeline to meet regional workforce demands. From automotive to welding and legal administrative specialist, go to laughlintech.com for information about classes and registration.
Homecoming festivities continuing here for Friday Night Rivals. It's been great. You know, it's fun, Jeff, to listen to the PA announcer because, of course, he goes through the bios of these students, and they're always impressive. You know, it makes me remember how little I did in high school, honestly. And these overachievers looking so good here. It's awfully fun this time of year to come to these games for homecoming.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Were you? I bet you were homecoming king.
No.
Were you not?
Absolutely not.
Now that surprises me. You know, you were a star quarterback. You were a star pitcher.
Listen,
Wait.
You use that star way too much.
Did you or did you not get offered, or not? Did you or did you not have offers in in college to be a quarterback?
Yes.
Okay. Did you play college baseball?
Yes.
Yeah, star. Thank you.
No, not star. Get out of here.
Your humbleness is adorable. So listen, let's take a look at some of the numbers here from the first half. You know, it's been a great game, a very exciting game here. And there you can see the stats. West Florida Tech with 141 yards through the air. That number's a little surprising. Meanwhile, Pine Forest under 50 yards, and they're right around the same number rushing. They've only got 99 total yards. So, I mean, you look at this, Jeff, and the score right now is Pine Forest 21, West Florida 17. But it's been all West Florida on offense. Just incredible.
Yeah, and then some of that is Pine Forest having a short field to start with. But I tell you, West Florida Tech, like you said, the passing game. And one of our things that we had talked about was, you know, Pine Forest needs to load up the box and force West Florida to throw the football. Well, West Florida's throwing the football pretty well.
Yeah, big time. I've been very impressed, no doubt about that, for West Florida. And, you know, we weren't exactly sure what to expect from Dawson Butala, the junior quarterback. But not only has he completed a couple of long passes, he's also looked good on some of the shorter routes too. I think back to that slant route that they had right off the bat after he threw that initial pick, and right then you said, hold on, you know, this may be a little bit different than we thought, and they've looked very good, and the numbers certainly back that up. I think we've got some highlights loaded from the first half, and it was a half filled with highlights for both sides, all kinds of big plays. So we'll see if we can show you some of those. Here's Butella now. That was the initial pick. That's the first play from scrimmage, if I'm not mistaken, for West Florida. So an ugly start. And then here came Pine Forest on the big touchdown run right there.
Yeah, you see DeCarry and McWilliams.
Yeah. So it was a half filled with big plays, and this another touchdown. Yes, indeed.
Zai McWilliams right there. Williams family. How about Mr. Consistency?
Jaheim Simmons, who's probably going to be the most successful running back in the history of West Florida Tech. And this was Clarity Williams. That's a 26-yard touchdown scramble. And it was a touchdown run, a touchdown for the quarterback.
How about this, though?
This is late in the second quarter here. Back-to-back possessions when Pine Forest was trying to do something. And Clarity threw a couple of picks. After the first one there, just like that, that's what I was talking about. Butella with the long pass, able to complete it to Simeon Price, and they scored a touchdown just a couple of plays later. That was Jaheim Simmons who finished it off. And then here we go again with LD throwing another
just taking
pick.
It away from him.
Now that was with about a minute left, and it was too late in the half for West Florida to do anything with it, though it was a momentum killer for Pine Forest. So we can note that Pine Forest won the toss and deferred, so they are going to get the ball first when we get this third quarter underway. It looks like most of the halftime festivities have ended, so we're going to take a break here. Glad to have you with us. When we come back, we'll get things rolling into the third quarter. We are back and just about ready for the third quarter. This has been the Andy Citron halftime report. And it's just beautiful shots tonight from our Skyview drone. Really spectacular stuff, Jeff. Some of the prettiest ones we've seen all season.
Yeah, I mean, awesome right there. We were just talking about it. Of course, the fair's next week.
That's right.
That'd have been a cool shot, too.
Yeah, the fair, of course, the fairgrounds are very close to Pine Forest High School. So next year we may try and schedule our game here at Pine Forest the week of the fair. Just so
we'll have to work it out.
Hey, I think it's worth it for the very cool shots we're going to get. We'll get things rolling here, of course, in a minute where he gets out to Clayton Hobecker, who will have an interview with Coach Summerford. Looking forward to that. But you've been looking at some other scores from around the area.
Yeah, your Crusaders are up 21-7 right now at halftime.
Looking to go, they're 6-0, right? Looking to go to 7-0.
Yeah, Childs is up 21-17 over Navarre right now. Baker's rolling over Lighthouse 28-6. Gulf Breeze and Milton. Gulf Breeze 13, Milton 12. And Florida High beating PHS right now 55-13 in the fourth.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Clayton Hobecker is, in fact, with Coach Rhett Summerford now. So let's go down there for the Brownsville Welding Sideline Report.
Guys, down here with Coach Summerford. So definitely a close game here at halftime, trying to play homecoming spoilers. So you guys used to be just right across the road over there. Now you have a little bit more of a road game. How's that play into the preparation and the different feel of the game?
Well, it's just just traveling across town, and it's not much difference. It was pretty cool coming in the back gate today, where we went to school last year. It was a surreal feeling, but our kids have played it extremely well, and I'm excited about where we're at. We just got to put another half together and get a few turnovers.
Main adjustment coming out of the halftime with your team?
I think we're going to eliminate big plays, which we did that second quarter. Somehow get a turnover or two and come out on top here.
Best of luck to you in the second half, Coach. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Clayton. Thank you, Coach. He says somehow get a couple of turnovers as well. I mean, they had no problem doing it toward the end of the first half there.
Yeah, absolutely not. Really showing out. They're going to have to start off. If they can get a stop on defense and really steal that momentum from this hyped-up Pine Forest crowd, as you see the Comfort Dental Smile Cam, it's a little dancing going on.
Yeah, look
here.
at that.
Can't touch this. Little MC Hammer. How
Loving
about
it.
that?
Loving it. Pine Forest won the coin toss, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps.
Look at them.
They deferred, so they are going to get the ball first here, and they're going to try and do something quick. It's always interesting to see a first possession.
She's even getting, look at that.
Yeah, why not?
That's the heyday right there. Back in the heyday. That's a song that never gets old.
I don't know that I've ever heard it. Oh, look at this towards the end there. A sweet move just at the end. Oh.
Too late. We missed it.
She just said, "Get me off camera."
Get it on. Get it on.
All right, we're ready for the action here, and DeCarian McWilliams and Rondell Weed will be back deep for Pine Forest, right around the 20-yard line. And we're going to see a deep kick. That's a bomb. Fielded back at the goal line. A little bit of a hole here, but a fine tackle. So Rondell Weed makes the play, and he's going to give his team mighty fine field position. They're going to start right about the 29-yard line, it looks like, Jeff.
Yeah, and a couple scores I didn't get to earlier. Washington's up 28-6 over Fort Walton Beach. Northview up 25-20 right now over South Walton. And Escambia and Mosley playing a close one. This is probably their closest game all year, just about 28-21.
I think you said Childs is up on Navarre. Is that right?
Childs is up 21-17.
I'm not familiar with Childs. Are they really good? Because Navarre is usually pretty darn good.
Yeah, well, Childs is a district opponent out of Tallahassee.
Okay. Well, do you know where that game is? Did it say?
At Navarre.
Okay.
The friendly confines.
First and 10 now. I'm going to run this, and a fine play from scrimmage. That's a good start. It looks like that's going to be a first down. Zy McWilliams is out and ready to go. If he didn't get the first, he's very, very close.
Yeah, Pine Forest trying to come out here and get to a hot start like they did to start the game, especially the way that as the second half or the first half went on, they kind of just lulled themselves almost.
There you can see scores. So Jeff, we mentioned that LD Clarity had a couple of picks there at the end of the first half, and you noted that he only had, I think, 4 coming into tonight. So you were a high school quarterback. Does something like that mess with you, or can you quickly forget it and just keep on going? run up the middle good for about 5 yards.
It depends. And for Clarity, that's just his style of game. He's a gunslinger. I mean, he loves to throw the football right there. And, hey, when he's got those talented receivers like they do, he's going to continue to do that. And, yeah, you're going to have to read coverages a little bit, but it's almost like maybe he's so used to those guys going up and getting the football that, hey, tonight West Florida just done a good job so far. So I don't expect him to really change his game any.
Sure. So it's a Anderson Subaru, 1st and 10. Run up the middle coming your way here. Back to Zy McWilliams, who gets outside, and he's got himself another Anderson Subaru, 1st and 10. So Jeff, he comes up the middle and quickly gets outside and turns what looked like a small gain into a big gain.
Yeah, a little jump cut right there. And boy, he's he's got some really, really good feet. As you see him jump cut to the outside, just reading his blockers, and good job by that O-line. And West Florida right here kind of looking like they did to start the game off, you know, kind of dumbfounded on defense.
13-yard pickup there for Zy.
That's a cool name to call.
Yeah, yeah.
Old Zy.
Got a couple of them that we mentioned Hoot off the top of the game.
Mr. Hoot.
Yeah. LD having a hard time, it seems, getting clarity on the play.
Oh, fancy.
He wants to throw, but he's chased outside, and just an outstanding play. Number 28 for West Florida. Tell us who that was, Jeff.
Kanoa Davis right there again. We've said his name a couple times tonight, and boy, just the closing speed by that young man right there.
Really kind of a shoestring tackle, too. I thought Clarity might escape it. He was not able to. Right there. Big, big play, and that's going to bring up now 2nd down and about 17 after a huge loss.
Well, Clarity had a lot of running room. He had a lot of green in front of him over here on the lower side of the field.
Couldn't turn it, though, so at the 49-yard line, 2nd down, and like I said, about 17. PA announcer agrees with me.
Oh, he heard you.
It's going to be Zy McWilliams right up the middle here. And he might have gotten 2 or 3. It took a lot of West Florida gentlemen to bring him down, but the forward progress will get him a few. Still, it's going to be 3rd down, and I think 13, it looks like, after the pickup of 4.
And here's where we typically see Pine Forest go to that quick screen game, or maybe that slant over the middle where they get those big gains. If you're West Florida, you got to find a way to keep them behind the sticks right there.
Jaguars trailing by 4 and would most certainly love to stop the Eagle momentum here, and they've got a good chance now with 3rd and long. Wouldn't be surprised to see Clarity open things up here. Under some pressure, and he is going to go long into double coverage. Yep, we're going to get pass interference. They clearly bumped into him, and it's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, Von Hill right there, and man, just too much hand fighting down the sidelines. Good coverage, but you didn't have to do so much hand fighting with the young man and kind of push him. Just tough penalty because they had some good coverage on him.
Yeah, it had double coverage, and Clarity was under a little pressure too. Was able to escape that and get the pass off, and it worked out nicely because they're going to get the 1st down.
Well, to answer your question you asked me earlier, you know, how does that affect Clarity coming in the second half? He's still throwing it up there.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, that's what Coach McDonald talked about, the double coverage. He didn't really care. He's going to come out and play his game.
So there's the official pass interference call. That, of course, means automatic 1st down, and the momentum continues now down to the 34-yard line for Pine Forest. This is the first possession here of the second half, and they're milking that clock too, now down to 8:28. And Anderson Subaru 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Eagles after the penalty.
Ooh, a low throw there.
Had some room.
The intended target was Zoe Turner, but Clarity really misfires on that one.
You see the frustration on Zoe's face. Rightfully so. That's one that we just hadn't seen Clarity miss like that all night.
Yeah, that was a pretty significant miss. So it'll bring up 2nd down now on 10.
At about the Jaguar 33-yard line.
Right up the middle here. That's Joe Garrett trying to get outside, still on his feet. He gets a 1st down, and he's still going, folks. They can't bring him down. all the way down to the 8-yard line. First and goal on a terrific scamper from Joe Garrett.
I tell you what, you get the replay. Watch number 44, Ken Terrell. He's going to come flying past the young man right there. If he would have stayed even with the line and played down the line, he'd had the young man run right in his arms, but come barreling down way too fast.
26-yard gain there from Garrett. Big-time play. Haven't said his name tonight, but we certainly say it on a big play. And well, looks like a penalty is going to bring it back. After
right on cue. Seems to happen every single week.
You know, maybe it's the fact that the flags are pink and we're just not seeing them because. Oh, I hate that for Garrett. That's a heck of a run that is negated. Certainly good news though for West Florida. A huge 26-yard gain is called back. And it's going to be second down now and about a yard. Again, a little confusion, it looks like, here from the Pine Forest offense. It's the second time we've seen that on this drive with 8 seconds left on the play clock. Now down to 3.
Oh, and there it is.
We've got a jump. That's going to be a false start.
You see some frustration by this Pine Forest team, and you see guys point at each other. Hey, try to get on the same page. Hey, this, hey, that. Hey, you need to be here. It's a lot of he said stuff, and they need to figure out what's going on right now. And you see kind of that frustration by a silly false start penalty.
That's Amari Wiggins who is flagged. So second and short turns into 2nd and 6. And from what we thought was first and goal from about the 3 just a couple of minutes ago is now going to be 2nd and 6 up from all the way back at the 35-yard line. Life for West Florida. Coming right back up the middle with the speedster. That's Joe Garrett again, and he's looking good again.
There wasn't a soul.
But there's another flag on the play. I see a couple of them on the ground.
Yeah, it's going to be holding, and the holding, I'm not sure who it's going to be on, but I can tell you who they held, and that was Kanoa Davis again come flying in there.
So Joe Garrett's got to be thinking, come on, fellas.
Yeah. Well, he's like a little bolt of lightning.
He is, yeah. It just takes off. But once again, instead of a significant first down, it's going to be a big loss, and now it's going to be second and really long. They had second and about a half a yard, and it's going to be more like second and, let's see, is he still going? Yeah, second and about 18 at this point. And they're now all the way back at the 41-yard line.
Tell you what, if they don't score here, it's going to be a drive to forget. If you're Pine Forest, you got to recoup, come over to the sideline and say, hey, forget that one. Let's start over.
Yeah, maybe easier said than done because this is definitely when they've been shooting themselves in the foot.
Watch the quarterback draw.
Flaherty rolling out. He is going to keep it. And he picks up a few. Still third and very long.
Yeah, a lot of times we see Pine Forest, they motion out that running back out to the field, or the short side of the field there, and a lot of times that'll open up that hole up the middle for Clarity to run a little quarterback draw.
Yeah, he got about 6 there, so it'll be 3rd and 12 right at the 35-yard line.
If you're West Florida here, you cannot give up a first down. Like for everything that has happened on this drive, all the breaks they've gotten so far, you cannot allow them to get a first down here.
They had 3rd and long. Pine Forest did a few moments ago, and Clarity threw deep. They got the pass interference call. They may try that again now. Clarity again under some pressure, but he knows how to escape that.
He's got some room.
Terrific blocking. Another flag is down, and this may be coming back too. I tell you, if it doesn't come back, I think he got the first down, but there's a flag all the way back at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Clarity right there, trying to make something happen. And well, looks like all for naught.
Which is the theme of the drive. Here we go.
Man,
helmet to helmet.
Man, that's probably like.
No. All right, so could be a block in the back here. It's going to be a big loss. So, again, I think he converted, or, he got the yardage. Doesn't matter. Instead, it's just going to be 3rd and forever.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we said, West Florida, you cannot allow them to get a first down. And once again, they let them get a first down right there. But they got another break. And, boy, this is
he's still going back.
Quite the 3rd down.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. So I'll tell you, this is crazy.
Go to math.com. Here we go.
Okay, so they're at the 24. So that's 26 yards and then another 8. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 34, it looks like.
A manageable 34. Hey, with this offense, I mean, these guys, Clarity could just throw it up.
You know what?
He's got
you don't have to get it all here. You give yourself a couple of plays.
We got 2 plays to get it all back.
3rd and 34, it looks like, if my math is correct.
Of course it is.
Oh,
my goodness.
I think it's going back again. Look at, Clarity. You see that? Clarity just put his hands on his knees as if to say, I can't believe this. This has gone bad quick for Pine Forest. And I'll tell you, Jeff, this is the sort of 5-minute stretch that may be tough for them to shake tonight. I mean, this is getting in their head.
Well, and the thing is, you look, they've had the ball for 5 minutes, and, coach is not happy with that one. This is one of those that, a lot of times when the team holds on to the ball for 5 minutes, it's good. That offense needs to just get off the field and restart.
Seriously, exactly right. Now watch, they'll convert.
It's been the theme, like you said.
It's 3rd and about 40.
2 downs. You got 2 downs to get 40.
Nearly half the field. You don't see that often. Clarity's going to keep it. They're not even going to try. He picks up about 7, but I have a feeling we're going to see the punting unit come on here.
And that could have been a holding call right there against Pine Forest again, but glad the refs let them play because I'm ready to move on from this one.
No kidding. Bryce Alderman will come on to punt for the Eagles, and West Florida glad to get it back. So listen, there's 6:39 to go. They take more than half the quarter on that drive. They don't get anything other than semi-embarrassed here because that was an ugly stretch.
Well, here, if you're Pine Forest, that's one that you got your leaders over there on offense, and you've got to come over to the guy and say, hey, we just got to forget it. And really, that's all there is to do it. Hanging your head on it's going to do you no good right now. You're still in the lead. Just go out and, hey, live to fight another day right here. Boy, oh boy, another time that West Florida does not field that punt. And once again, they are going to have some tough field positions. It's down about the 7-yard line. I just don't understand why they do not field the punts.
So all the way back at the 6-yard line. Looks like it may be a water break here. And we're going to throw it to break ourselves. It's Friday Night Rivals. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back here. Good to have you with us for Friday Night Rivals. We are midway through the 3rd quarter, and this has been, Jungle Boogie is playing. Love that. Makes me think of Pulp Fiction. This has been just an awesome night. A lot of scoring, 21-17 right now. Pine Forest is up, and they had the ball for the entirety of the quarter to this point. Weren't able to do anything with it. A lot of penalties on that drive, and here comes West Florida. And no surprise, they're going to hand it off to Jaheim Simmons right off the bat, who might have picked a couple deep in your own territory. That's a good thing to do, Jeff.
Yeah, and it all goes back to that punt by Pine Forest. Really good job by him, but once again, West Florida does not field that punt, and that ball got about 15 yards on the roll. Just something that if I'm Coach Summerford, I'm going to ask him, hey, what are you guys doing back there? We got to field this punt, at least fair catch it right there and take the yardage.
Save yourself some yards big time, no doubt. 2nd down and 7. Elijah Edmonds, another running back. Haven't said his name much tonight, but he's a terrific back for them. This time around, that's going to be a pass from Butala. And a stick from the Pine Forest D. The catch was made by Simeon Price. Didn't get much out of it, though.
Yeah, they're like a gain of maybe 1 right there, and that's a tough price to pay for such a blow. And here we are in a 3rd down and about 6 or 7, and that's just so tough. What do you do here if you're West Florida? I mean, they've had success throwing the football, but really they've had success throwing it deep on Pine Forest.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Were you doing a punt on the tough price to pay?
Actually, I wasn't. That's why I was kind of hesitant to say it, because I had a feeling you were going to grill me on it.
Well, I was curious. It's Simeon Price makes the catch. Your last name is Price. His last name is Price.
That's way above my pay grade.
You're getting paid?
Wait, are we?
Well, I know I am. It makes a lot of sense that I am. Honestly, I'm shocked that you are.
I just do it for the autographs.
The incomplete pass leads to kind of a no-go there. A weak drive from West Florida, 4th down and 6, and obviously very deep in their own territory. That's going to bring out Jaden Heyman, who's going to kick it away and should turn into good field position once again. We've seen that all night for Pine Forest. Heyman is in his own end zone, a couple yards in.
Tell you what, it's tough for West Florida's defense. They were on the field for 6 minutes just about now. About a minute later, they got to come back on the field.
High snap, a great play there. An end-over-end punt, and goes out of bounds at the 40. Ooh, and a late hit is going to be another flag. That's on West Florida, and that may add 15 yards on, which means they're going to get great field position.
Yeah, just unnecessary right there.
Yeah. We'll get the confirmation. I happen to be looking right where it happened, and it was most definitely a late hit.
That's
nowhere near the action, by the way.
That's why they call you Hawkeye.
There's your call. That, again, on West Florida. So the punt goes out of bounds at the 40, but this may very well be a 15-yard penalty. If that's the case, they're going to get it down at the 25. We'll see.
Yeah, talk about forgetting your last drive. Hey, here's the ball on the 25.
Yeah.
No better way to start
It's a
right
starter
there.
drive, and that's exactly what happens. That's where they're going to get it. So that may be the break that Pine Forest needed. But remember, a moment ago, they had it, we fought down on the 2, and ended up on their own 30. It was an incredible turn just there. All right. Anderson Subaru bringing us this 1st and 10. LD Clarity ready to roll. That's Zy McWilliams going one way, not going to be there. Comes back the other way. He's got a lot of room, and he's going to bring it in.
Good
Let's see. Let's see. He may have stepped out of bounds. Let's see here. There's also a flag on the play, so hold everything. Zy McWilliams has been so good all night. Tried to go one way, had nothing. Came the other way. They weren't going to stop him, but these flags on.
They're going to call a holding penalty on Clarity right there.
Oh, really?
Boy, that's tough because I thought it was a good block by Clarity. Maybe he held on the jersey just a hair too long.
Well, you know, this is really interesting because this is exactly what we saw a moment ago. Pine Forest with big success and penalties holding them back. Here's a look at the play.
Watch Clarity. When he cuts back, Clarity's going to get out in front of him and just get a paw out there. You can't see it by the replay, but that's a tough one to call. But, hey, the young man stayed in bounds, but all for naught.
1st down and 8 now. That's the 6th penalty of this half on Pine Forest. Throw over the middle is caught. Did he reel it in? Yes, he did. That's a great catch by Jaden Milner, the sophomore. He's going to be playing football here for a few more years. And a nice slant pattern there.
Yeah, really good job faking the zone right there. Just a quick little slant.
12-yard pickup. In the Synovus red zone, we are, if you're a Pine Forest fan, you're in business. It's 1st and 10 here from Anderson Subaru. There's Zy McWilliams going out wide and cutting back, and he's got another big pickup. It's going to be 2nd and I think short from about the 4.
We got a West Florida player right there, slow to get up.
It's number 3, Enrique Randolph, still on the ground. So it is going to be 2nd and about a yard before a 1st and goal situation. This is Friday Night Rivals from Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 21-17 Pine Forest with 4:10 left. We'll be right back. We are back, folks, and glad to have you watching this night. It's 2nd and short, 2nd and about a yard here for Pine Forest, and not going to get in that time. That was Zy McWilliams trying to get out wide, not able to do so, and he didn't either get the 1st down. So it's going to be 3rd down and about a yard and a half before the 1st down from the 5.
Yeah,
so,
good.
Jeff, let's go ahead.
Oh, good job right there by Mr. Champagne on the tackle.
Well, let's look ahead here and say he doesn't convert. If they do have a 4th and short, do you go for it or do you take the field goal?
Go for it. Because even if you don't get it, you trust your defense. When they've had West Florida backed up like that, it's been tough for West Florida to really get comfortable because, hey, it's tough to get comfortable when you're on the 3-yard line.
Yeah, for sure. So third and about 1.5 yards here. Brady's going to pass it out wide, but he throws it well ahead of Zoe Turner, his intended receiver. So that's going to bring up the 4th down, and we're going to see exactly what Coach McDonald wants to do. Looks like he's sitting in the field goal unit.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and take some points, which interesting because you can still get a 1st down right here as well. But you see that we've seen a little bit of accuracy problems right there for Clarity tonight.
And remember, a conversion here makes it 24-17, which is a touchdown separation. So he may be thinking, I want to have at least a touchdown lead so that a touchdown doesn't beat me. Got to convert first, though. Ooh, kick is up and definitely good. And that's going to be Dakota Weaver's conversion. It is 24-17. Pine Forest, and time now for Clayton Habecker and the Brownsville Welding Sideline Report. Clayton, it's homecoming night. I hear you've got someone special.
It is homecoming night, and I'm down here with Miss Jasmine, the homecoming queen here at Pine Forest. So, when you heard your name called on the field, what was going through your head in that moment?
When they called my name, I was just proud, and I was glad that my peers allowed me to be their representative.
So, what's been your favorite moment here at Pine Forest High School in your time here?
My favorite moment has been the track and field team and also the weightlifting team.
Well, congratulations, Miss Jasmine, and good luck to you guys here on homecoming night for this game. Back up to you guys in the booth.
You can see getting her sash, so track and field star, weightlifter as well, and congratulations to your homecoming queen here at Pine Forest High School. That, no doubt, a night she'll never forget.
Yeah, that Pine Forest women's track and field team, boy, they were pretty good this past year.
Well, now they've got the homecoming queen.
Yeah, there they go.
On their team, so the hits just keep on coming. That's awesome. We're ready for action here at Pine Forest. We'll be kicking off. Another pooch kick. We've seen it all night. This one is going to be fielded by Jaheim Simmons. Takes it on the hop there and gets it to about the 40-yard line.
Well, for West Florida, you know your defense has done a really good job keeping you in this ball game now. So the offense got to come out here. You've got decent field position, especially a lot better than what they've had, and they got to come out here. I think they got to try to take a shot deep early. I mean, they've had some success, and you've been running the football lately, but, hey, now that you're out of your own end zone, take a shot early and let this Pine Forest team know that you're not afraid.
Well, as you pointed out earlier, they've had more success throwing it long than they have just sort of normal, typical 5 to 10-yard pass routes. We've seen 2 or 3 long completions from Butala. This time, though, they're going to keep it on the ground. Still rolling forward, too. Look at this effort.
Rugby scrum right there.
Terrific effort there. Was that Jaheim Simmons? No. That was Elijah Edmonds, who I was talking about a little while ago, senior running back as well, and he's done a fine job this year.
Yeah, Edmonds is more than just a serviceable backup. That young man is just...
Took about 16 dudes to take him down just now, which should have been a penalty because you're only allowed 11. So
something's up there.
That alone, I just don't get. After all that, Edmonds picks up about 4, so 2nd down and 6. Edmonds back again. This time they're going to give it to him again and straight up the middle. He's not going anywhere this time. Took a lot of guys to get him down, but not going to pick up anything there. See if forward progress keeps it where it is. Yeah, they're going to give him about a half a yard. So third and maybe 5, it looks like.
Yeah, they gave him 2 right there.
Did they?
Yeah, they moved it forward just a little bit more.
Okay.
So very manageable. Interesting to see what they do here, and interested to see if it's 4-down territory.
Well, they're on their own side of the field here. It's 3rd and about 4.5 from the 45-yard line. So you're right. If faced with a 4th and short, it'll be interesting to see if coach decides to go for it.
If anything, they need a 1st down just to help their defense out. They've been playing lights out. They've been on the field for most of this quarter.
Yeah, and we're well into it now, just over a minute left in the quarter. running it up the middle here.
First
And we're
down.
not have to worry about it. Jaheim Simmons is able to convert there. It's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10, crossing midfield now on the Pine Forest side of the ball down to the 47-yard line. Simmons has been great tonight.
I hate Mr. Consistency. I mean, that's, you know what you're going to get out of him. He's not going to try to do too much. He's just going to do what he's supposed to every single time. I mean, I love the young man.
You know, Simmons and Butala, the quarterback, along with Simeon Price, Isaac Walton, they're all juniors. So, you know, the future is bright for this West Florida team for sure.
Well, what a little jump
Again,
right there.
Seriously, literally just said it's just a jump to the left. He's doing the time warp on us. I love it. Right time of year for that. 2nd down and 5 after the game.
And give some credit to this O-line for the Jags right now, really. I mean, this is a good offensive line. And tonight against a kind of a vaunted front for the Eagles, they've held their own, especially late here in the 3rd quarter.
Yep, down to 10 seconds left. And we'll see if there's even another play in this quarter.
They're going to let it run out.
Looks like it. They sure are. That will be the end of the 3rd quarter. A field goal from Pine Forest gives them a touchdown lead. After 3, it is Pine Forest, the Eagles 24, and the West Florida Jaguars 17. We'll be back to see how the whole thing ends coming up. We are back. It's the start of the 4th quarter, 2nd down and 5 for West Florida on the Pine Forest side of the field here at about the 43-yard line, trailing 17-24. Butala is going to keep this one himself. Doesn't get much, might have even lost a yard.
Yeah, we haven't seen Butala run too much tonight.
So it'll bring up 3rd down now and 5. They faced a similar position moments ago and handed it off to Jaheim Simmons, who picked up about 10. So they may try that again right now.
We've given a lot of credit tonight, and I just want to go back and give some more credit to Butala. He's played a pretty good game. I mean,
terrific. You know, and it's funny because it happens sometimes. Throws a pick on the first play. You know, his first pass gets picked off, and since then he's been really sharp. So 3rd down now, and again, about 4 or 5. Jaheim Simmons is back. Butala's going to throw it, but it's picked off. That was clearly miscommunication. A lateral there, and the run continues, and he's still going,
He's
folks.
gone.
This is going to be another pick 6, the 6th of the year for Pine Forest. But we do have a flag all the way back at the 45-yard line. We'll see what the flag is. And
it's going to be against Pine Forest,
is it
too.
really? So this is likely coming back. Excuse me.
I'm not sure if it was after the interception, though, because everything looked clean up to that point. And Butala, man, oh, man, I tell you what.
Well,
I mean, he had an
this-
open receiver, and he just threw it to the wrong guy.
I think there was a route mix-up there because he threw it to the wrong guy by a lot. So there's that block in the back again. So I think the interception is going to stand. The touchdown certainly is not. And by the way, we're overlooking a lateral on that play too.
Yeah, right. Just awesome little play right there.
Yeah, it really was. But so despite the pick, that's a big break for West Florida because now that we're in the 4th quarter, here it is again.
Can't really see the interception there, but watch
this.
Right
Look at
there,
that.
and he's going to get out and block for him. Yeah, but I tell you, that was an open receiver. It's just he threw it to the guy in the red jersey, not in the white jersey. It's just a little surprised. Maybe he thought the route was more developed.
I don't know. There was clearly a miscommunication there.
And I tell you what, though, and when you watch Butala there get the snap, he kind of fumbled the snap, and it's almost like he panicked, and he just threw the ball where he should have been.
Right. So Pine Forest gets it now. They've got an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10, and again, obviously no touchdown. A long way away now, back at their own 39-yard line. And LD Clarity is back and ready to roll.
Yeah, Clarity needs to come out and have a good drive.
Hand that off to Joe Garrett, who this half has gotten his name called a few times, but he kind of goes back and forth, doesn't get anything. In fact, a loss of several.
So Kainoa Davis missed the tackle initially and then stays with the play. Young man cuts back, and he makes the tackle.
Yeah, Garrett came back to him. He's like,
yeah, there you go.
We meet again. So a loss of 5, and that's a big play there for West Florida, just what they needed to start this drive.
Here's Pine Forest spreading you out again. It makes it so tough when they run this formation.
We've seen this a couple times, and Clarity ends up just keeping it. He's a terrific runner. He's throwing it this time, though, and he, again, might have thrown a little behind his man there. Not sure. Either way, it's an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15.
Great job by Isaac Walton Jr., though, being right there to break up that pass, make it really tough on the young man.
So just over 10 minutes to go here, and this is a big moment, especially for West Florida and their defense, wanting to give their offense another shot to get on the field and find a way to tie this thing up. Clarity on the run again. He's going to keep it, and he's not going to get anywhere near the first down. So terrific pursuit from West Florida. It brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, good job by Mr. Terrell right there. Man, oh man, great pursuit. That is just what the doctor ordered for this defense.
No doubt. Bryce Alderman is back on the punt. We've seen him a few times tonight. Got a good leg, and it'll be interesting to see here, Jeff, if West Florida makes the fair catch or if they let the ball bounce and give Pine Forest great field position.
They cannot afford to let another ball roll 15 to 20 yards right now. You got a chance to get some good field position, and you've got to take advantage of it.
And it looks like we may have it's going to be a timeout called, because there was a little bit of confusion there for Pine Forest, and in fact some frustration on the field. A couple of players hated the way that went. So it's Friday Night Rivals. A timeout on the field means a timeout for us. We'll be right back. Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday to you. We are back here for the soon-to-be conclusion of what has been a lot of fun. The Skyview drone giving us this view. It's 4th down and about 11, so Alderman feels a high snap. And that ball hits a Pine Forest player in the back of the ankle, so it's going to die right there at about the 43-yard line. And, Jeff, that's where we're going to see Dawson Butala, Jaheim Simmons, and the gang from West Florida start their next attack.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Butala really throw deep in the second half here, and I think it's time to let Gumbo loose. Dawson Gumbo Butala, and of course, if you were with us earlier, we kind of heard through the grapevine that maybe that was a nickname of his, so I just ran with it.
Okay, so just so you know, that's our standards here. We heard through the grapevine that maybe that was a nickname.
Well,
of his,
listen, if
and
it's
we're
like Smiley or something, I'm not going to say that, but Gumbo, come on, that's
is
a pretty
good.
cool nickname.
That's good. I'll give you that.
I mean, you obviously know Butala sounds like a Cajun
It does.
name
It
there,
does.
So.
All right, 1st and 10 now. Jaheim Simmons has a big hole, and he picks up about 9, and he's frustrated. I think he thought he was about one move away from breaking that thing, Jeff.
Yeah, shoestring tackle is the only thing that stood in his way right there.
So 2nd down and about a yard, crossing the 45-yard line to about the 47-yard line. Got Summerford there, you saw. Oh, there's definitely some movement there.
A little hesitation.
Flags coming in everywhere.
Pink, yellow, every color. We got
seriously. It's a false start on West Florida, and some of the yards that we just saw are coming back.
If you like points, how about this, Christian? So Jay is playing at home tonight against Freeport, and it's the 4th quarter. There's been 87 points put on the board, 47-40 right now.
Wow. What a game.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
That sounds like a lot of fun unless you play defense.
All right, so after the penalty now, instead of 2nd and 1, 2nd and 6. They're going to come right back.
Same play.
Yes, that's Jaheim Simmons, who's just terrific. He's got the Anderson Subaru first down and a whole lot more, crossing midfield and now down to the 41-yard line of Pine Forest.
Man, that young man's running like he's in a Subaru right now.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
That's a Bob Tyler instant replay for you there. He's looking real good here, Simmons. Picking things up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter, and it looks like he's got fresh legs.
Yeah.
Young man's been toting the rock all night long.
10-yard scramble when they needed 6. And now at the 43-yard line. Going to give it to him again. And
same play.
He's going to keep on rolling, folks. Look at him. Wow.
Boy, that's some mean running right there.
Man on a mission, down now to the 35-yard line.
You know, I talked about Butala needing to throw the football a little bit. Well, if Mr. Simmons is going to run it like that,
seriously,
forget what I said.
Yeah. Look at him. Like you said, just a man on a mission. He ran like he was mad at the field.
The thing is, they got that young man right there, and they got him for another year. I hate to see what he looks like in another year.
I think I was quoting a line from King of Queens there. I bet you're not going to get a quote from King of Queens in any other high school broadcast across the country tonight. Second down now. And there goes Simmons again. If not for the fact that he had a hard time keeping his own balance, he may have broken that one. But it's going to be another first down, and this drive has been all Simmons.
And I'll tell you what, Pine Forest trying all they can, but I don't know if they want to get in the way of that bowling ball right there.
That's 10 more yards.
You see Edmonds come in the game, and Simmons going to go get him a quick sip of Gatorade, rightfully so.
No doubt. So as we are getting here, let's see, midway through the fourth, you got some players of the game in mind?
Got a few. Just got to see how this is going to play out.
This time, Edmonds gets the call. Not as much success. Stopped pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Looks like Simeon Price now coming in. Price, the wide receiver. He's really good too. As Isaac Walton heads over to the sidelines. So Edmonds is back as Simmons is still on the sidelines himself, like you said, catching his breath after several huge plays in a row. They go back to Edmonds, who cuts left, and he's got a big gain. Wow, another terrific run from the West Florida high-powered backs.
Yeah, you look at Simmons and what he's done, and Edmonds come in and picks it up right there. I mean, you don't even skip a beat.
And that is going to bring us to a water break, and boy, it's a good time too. 6 minutes and 3 seconds to go. West Florida is trailing by 7 after a 17-yard scamper, though they've got a 1st and 10 down near the 10-yard line. Jeff, this is getting really good. Oh, they're having fun now. I think everybody's enjoying the fact that this is a really exciting game. I know I have. And Jeff, we've had a couple of games this year with the running clock because they were blowouts, but not tonight. It's going to be Edmonds once again. Might have picked up a yard. It's first and goal, now second and goal.
Derek Leatherwood right there on the stop. But yeah, absolutely. We've had some stinkers this year. Haven't been that good at games, but boy, tonight is fun.
And again, I'll tell you one thing's for sure. The point we made immediately into the broadcast that their records aren't great. Pine Forest coming in tonight at 3-2 and West Florida coming in at 1-5. But we knew both teams were better than those records indicated, and we've absolutely seen that. Second and goal. Simmons is back in and will get the call, but he is stuck. Big play there. Number 55 for Pine Forest.
Yeah, Rasheed Lovelace right there.
Rasheed.
Ooh.
No love lost, I'd say.
No, absolutely not.
Here's a wall for you.
Just come here. He just wanted to hug him, that's all it was.
All right, so 3rd and goal. Listen, West Florida needs a touchdown with 4:50 left here in the game. A field goal is helpful, but maybe not enough, so 3rd and goal. Going to the end zone, overthrows his man, and Butala throws that too high. So that's going to bring up 4th and goal. So with 4:37 to go, what do we see here, Jeff?
Well, that's tough. I mean, it was different if you could get a first down and maybe the 1 or 2, but I think if you're asking me, I'm throwing it to Mr. Gaines.
So no field goal. You're going for it.
I've got to go for 4:37 left right there. It's just so tough to. You got to get a stop. A lot of things got to go in your favor. I mean, there's no telling if you're going to get back to this point of the field, and that you're on the 10-yard line is not that big of a deal. It actually opens up a little bit of room for you to throw the football.
All right, here we go. Play of the game, folks.
Oh, he had it too.
And it's going to be picked off instead. That was a well-designed play. They had their man in the end zone, out of his arms, picked off. A huge play for Pine Forest. And West Florida has to say, hey, there's still 4:27 to go. We've got to get out there and play some D.
Well, Elijah Edmonds, it looked like he almost wasn't expecting it so soon.
It was so quick, yeah.
But you got to hit him when he's open. He's open right now. Tight window, but man, oh man.
Man, but I'll tell you, look, it hit him in the hands.
It's one that when you're that close to the goal line, you've got to be ready regardless.
Yeah. So another turnover. That's the second interception we've seen from the Pine Forest defense this half. And LD Clarity is back at it now. But remember, West Florida has all 3 timeouts, and Pine Forest is deep in their own territory. So this game is not over, but that West Florida defense is going to have to come up big now.
Yeah, Rennie Prim is in the playing quarterback right now for Pine Forest.
Good catch. Got a flag on the play here, so that is not Clarity. That's Rennie Prim. Looking on the sidelines to see if we spot Clarity. I do see him standing with his helmet off. I do see that his right leg has, it's a holding that call, so that's going to come back. His right leg has some tape on it. I don't know if that was there all night.
Well, the thing is now if you're Pine Forest and if Prim's going to run QB1 for you, you think they're going to run the football. It'd be so tough to expect a backup to come in here. Now, then again, we don't know anything about this young man. We haven't heard because it's LD Clarity all day long.
So what do you think's going on with Clarity? Is he injured?
I'm not sure if he tweaked something or what's going on with it right there. We haven't heard anything.
Well, he's not holding his helmet. He's standing on the sidelines, and he doesn't look like he's coming in. So
Prim listed, he's a junior, 5'10", 132.
So the holding call gives them a 1st and 15 now deep in their own territory.
I think you got to run the football here and then just punt it back and let your defense do their thing.
Yeah, you can't take too many chances with this quarterback right now, who's just off the bench, left-hander. But they say forget it.
Ooh, boy, oh boy.
By the way, that's a great-looking ball.
That was a really good-looking ball.
Threw it a little high, but that is a tight spiral, downfield.
You know who else thought that was a good-looking ball? William Carlisle, the young man right there, number 23.
There's Clarity. And you can see in his face, not... Wish I could tell you what's going on, folks. We just don't know.
Well, so now you've got a second long situation. You had an opportunity to run some clock out, and you threw the football first down. Interested to see how they're going to play this.
Yeah, that was something. He must have an arm. This time they're going to run it up the middle, and it's going to be a nice little gain. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 5, it looks like.
So now it's just the most important 3rd down for West Florida's defense all night. You have played your guts out. I mean, you have done everything you could do to keep your team in the game. They need one more stop out of you right here.
With 3:53 to play, remember that West Florida is preserving those timeouts for now. That was Zy McWilliams who picks up several. 3rd down now and 5. Huge play here. Throws it out ahead of him, and so that is going to be a stop. And you got to believe Pine Forest is going to punt this thing away, and West Florida is going to get the ball back with 3:34 to play, bringing up 4th down and 5.
And that's another thing, is you see the young man right there, Mr. Eric Young. Just the quarterback and the receiver not on the same page, a little inaccuracy, but maybe Young was supposed to continue that in, and maybe that's what Prim was doing. Regardless, you got 3.5 minutes. You didn't run really any clock off, and you got to punt it back to West Florida right here.
Well, it's a tough position. You know, a backup quarterback's coming in, although a heck of an arm, as we saw, left-hander threw it well down the field. But that meant that, like you said, very few seconds roll off, and now West Florida will get...
Great punt.
Yeah. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. So finally, we see West Florida make that fair catch. And sure enough, to your point, all night, that saved them a lot of yardage.
Yeah, no better time than the present right there. We've seen that ball roll 15 to 20 yards each time, and great job right there. And hey, how about this setting up? 3:29 left. West Florida's down a touchdown. And I tell you what, if West Florida puts this ball in the end zone, it wouldn't surprise me to see them go for 2.
That'd be something. It is worth noting, Dawson Butala, who really looked sharp in the first half, has not looked as sharp this half, has thrown a couple of picks. Now, granted, that second one certainly was not his fault. But on top of that, has had a couple of bad misses. So we'll see if he has to go to the air, how that goes. He's looked good overall, but just not quite as sharp in this half.
1 or 2 plays has really changed the game, and that's the difference in the ball game right now when you look at it.
All right, so from the 45-yard line, 3:29 to go. And just like that, we've got whistles, maybe false start. Let's see. Yep.
Delay a game.
Oh, it was a delay a game.
Boy, delay a game to me is just uncalled for regardless.
Inexcusable.
Especially when you're coming off, they just punted the ball to you, so it's not like you're in the middle of a drive and you're trying to whatever. You should have that play in, and you should just, I don't know.
I hear you. No, it's like getting that after a timeout or something. All right, 1st and 15. Butala was looking out wide to Simeon Price, but threw it a little high for him.
Tell you what, and Mitrez Rawls, the outside linebacker senior, made that where he had to overthrow it a little bit. As you see him undercutting the route, they had that route double covered over the top and underneath. Boy, it's one that Butala, it's just one of those that you knew he was just going to throw it. That was a design play, and you hate to see that against a good secondary like this.
Yeah, that could have gone bad there, but it did not. 2nd down and 15, and remember, Jaheim Simmons has had just an awesome night running the ball for West Florida, and I feel certain he's going to get the ball plenty. He does right here, as a matter of fact, and fights for about 4, it looks like.
Still going to bring up a 3rd and about 12 right here. So we got a Pine Forest player down.
Yep, Pine Forest man is on the field there. Is that number 21, Antonio Summerlin? He's down and still down. Hopefully he'll be getting up. So Jeff, I've got to believe with just over 3 to go, this is 4-down territory.
Oh, without a doubt. No question asked right here. You've got to find a way, and that's one thing that you've got to understand if you're Butala. You got 2 downs. I mean, you'd like to get it all back in one, make it easier on yourself, but you do have the option. If that big play's not there, check it down and get what you can.
We haven't seen Simmons catch passes out of the backfield tonight.
No, I tell you what, watch out for Mr. Simmons. He's 1 for 2 on the year for 5 yards, playing a little QB.
Okay.
So
wouldn't mind seeing something like that.
Need a little more than 5 here, but hey, that's all right.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 12. Looks like that Pine Forest crowd is getting pumped up here, trying to make a little noise. From the 43-yard line, it is 3rd and 12. Butala throws it short. And sure enough,
lose.
Throws it to Jaheim Simmons, so right on cue. There's Simmons out of the backfield, who did make the catch, but like you said, it would have behooved him not to, because making the catch and falling down immediately means they lost about 4 yards.
Yeah, and Butala's got to make a little bit better pass on a screen play. I mean, that's a high percentage throw, and man, oh man.
Yeah, so it's going to be 4th down and 15, and with 2:24 to play, they're going to punt.
You see Coach Summerford, he is hot at Butala right now. Man, oh man, and this is interesting.
I'm shocked they're punting. They have all 3 timeouts, but still, because even if things go perfect, now you're going to get the ball back with maybe a minute 10, minute 20, under the best of circumstances.
I mean, watch a fake, but another delay a game penalty. Boy, it's just tacking on right now.
When it rains, it pours for West Florida.
And this has kind of been how this year's gone for them. You know, they fight, scrap, and find their way in, and they just can't finish the job.
Zoe Turner is back.
Good punt.
He's calling the fair catch. And he will do just that at the 31-yard line. So with 1:54 to go, we've got Pine Forest now with the ball, with the touchdown lead, and West Florida going to have to come up big now. They do have all 3 timeouts. Clayton Habecker every single week throwing out those T-shirts, showing off that arm. It's a fine grab by that gentleman. Look at Habecker working it, too. Clearly just having a blast.
Oh, he's got the end-over-end technique. How about that?
You know, sure. Remember, he knows what he's doing. He was a high school mascot.
He was. I want to see him put a spiral on that, though.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the sidearm.
That, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
There's Mark Palmer, who is part of our crew and working with Clayton on this. Clayton. Yes. Unleashing the fury. All right, here we go. They'll run out wide there. Oh! Whoa, we have a fumble? Is this a turnover?
Oh, boy. Looks like they're going to mark it down. Well, we got one referee marking it down. Let's see.
They're going to have to talk about this.
Yeah, they're going to say he was down.
Wow. I believe it was Joe Garrett who had the ball. I can't wait to see this. That could have been the break that West Florida needed, the break of the season, but instead it's a pickup of 4. Here's the Bob Tyler replay. Let's see. That was Joe Garrett.
Yeah, you're running in traffic. You better cover it with 2 hands.
That's
a fumble.
It. Yeah,
that's
I think
a fumble.
It.
Boy, oh boy, that's a huge missed call for
Yeah.
the referees. Now, granted, it's tough.
No, but that was a fumble.
But yeah, definitely a fumble.
So instead it goes down as a 4-yard gain and a big break for
There's a
Pine Forest,
holding.
and that's going to be, is it going to be a holding or a face mask? For a moment there I thought I saw.
It's going to be holding as he wrapped him. The young man looks like number 14, Jaden Milliner, wrapped around the guy right there. And when you're up like this, you've got a minute and something, just let him go. Just let him go.
Wow. So you're exactly right. It is a holding call, and with 1:20 to go now, going backwards. Boy, I can't believe he fumbled it.
Man, boy. If you only had replay,
Right.
This is a college game, we'd have ourselves a ball game.
I'd like to see it again. I don't know if we can cue it up or not. I mean, but it sure looked like he was not down when that ball switched hands.
No, it looks like he was on top of somebody else as he was rolling when the ball got stripped away.
So the penalty means 2nd down and about 18 to go here with 1:20. West Florida still has their timeouts. That penalty helps West Florida a lot. Makes the first down conversion a lot tougher.
Boy, what a big hole
Joe Garrett
right there.
Again, he's been just lightning in a bottle in this half. And I think West Florida uses one of their timeouts. We do have another look at the non-fumble earlier. Again, Garrett has it.
He's going to get kind of tripped up right there. He's going to roll over. And
So he's
looks
not
like it
down
was
yet.
His own
He's
guy
not
right
down yet.
there. He's on his own guy.
It's switched hands by now, though.
See, he's not down. Elbow's not down. That ball, that's a turnover.
Yeah, I think it
Boy,
should have been. That's nice work by the crew to
great
to
job
get us
of the
that
camera crew.
That angle and that slow-mo view. We appreciate it. So, doesn't matter. Didn't go that way. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down now and about 7. And, of course, West Florida used one of their timeouts moments ago. You see some of the other scores from around the area. Niceville winning big over Tate, as you can see. And it's really interesting. You know, Coach punting it a few minutes ago was really a risky play. But if he can stop them here, then it'll be justified. Still maybe a risk for sure, but...
Well, talk about some good ball games from the area. The J.
Oh, look at that. Catholic Paces, 35-28. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
but
I was about to get to that
really
one.
Interesting.
J 47, Freeport 40 is final now. Navarre and Childs. Navarre 31, Childs 35. Boy, and Milton went back up 27-20 over Gulf Breeze in the 4th. We got some good games this
Here
week.
we go. 3rd down. This is it, folks. Clarity going to roll out. Throw over the middle, and he's got his man. 1st down, and I think that will do it. Clarity with a little play action, rolls out, Throws back across.
Zoe Turner, watch the hands, how strong his hands are to hold on to this ball in traffic like that. Man, oh man, great job.
A 16-yard gain, and Clarity throwing against his body.
That's Prim.
And,
Prim's in the game.
Apologies. Oh, my apologies. Thank you for saying that. Yes,
Yeah,
Prim.
great job by
Thank
Mr.
you.
Prim.
Yes, good job there. Good catch. Yeah, the backup quarterback came in
Rennie Prim
a few
coming
minutes
in.
ago, and the clock is running now, as you can see. So writing's on the wall for West Florida. It's going to be just short of a huge win here at Pine Forest. But good news for the Eagles is they're going to move to 4-2.
They're throwing the football.
Yeah,
Goodness gracious.
exactly.
Talk about bold moves and trying to put it away.
That is a risk. Why would they throw that?
I don't know. So many things can go wrong right there. But
Yeah.
hey, you know what? It is what it is.
Prim saying, Coach, I got an arm.
Yeah,
Let me
he's
show this
definitely got an
cannon
arm.
off. He does. That pass we saw earlier is like, whoa. It's another Anderson Subaru 1st and 10, a 13-yard pickup. And 27 seconds to go. So I asked you earlier if you had a player of the game in mind. I will continue that thought. Have you been narrowing down your possibilities?
Yeah, with the way things have gone tonight, and you see Pine Forest up. Yeah, I've got a guy. I mean, you kind of talked about it a little bit, but got a guy in mind.
Yep,
got it figured out now.
Good. Well,
I'll tell you what. Sure, hate because if you looked at it, if West Florida would have won the ball game, you got to go James Simmons. I mean, the young man just played phenomenal, gave everything he had.
Yep, he's been just awesome tonight, and we've noted a couple of times that he is on pace to become the rusher with the highest yardage through the history of West Florida high school. So presumably he's going to do that, and that's very impressive because this is a school with a great history of a lot of talented guys.
And West Florida, barring anything crazy happening here, will go to 1-6. That's, I mean, I know it doesn't count for anything. That's got to be the best 1-6 football team in America.
Seriously.
I mean, goodness gracious.
No, it's a great point. But I mean, it bums them out. It's just all they know is they're 1-6, and I know they're frustrated, and that'll be the final play of the game. And that's how it's going to end. Pine Forest is able to hold off a good West Florida team. They'll move to 1-6. Pine Forest, the Eagles here on homecoming night, are able to close this thing out. They move to 4-2, and the players now from both sides of the field meeting at midfield. And, of course, doing the high fives, the good games, the nice jobs. Glad nobody got hurt. It was a fun one, folks, and we've still got a trophy presentation and a player of the game. We'll get to all of that coming up next. We're live. We're back. As you can see, it is a final. Pine Forest wins it 24-17, a district win tonight, Jeff. And it's always fun to talk about players of the game and kind of go back and forth about who it might be. But I think tonight the decision was fairly easy for us.
Yeah, really. I mean, either way we went here. And, Pine Forest comes out with another hard-fought loss, and you hate to see West Florida drop another game like that. But for me, yeah, you're right. It was kind of easy. And maybe you agree, disagree on this one, but I'm going with Zymick Williams. How about that? The running back for the young Eagles offense there. Young man has done so much tonight. I mean, whether he had the ball in his hand or not, whether he was blocking for the quarterback for Clarity or Prim or whoever it was, you see right there, so much tough running, and he's kind of the catalyst for them that really made them tick tonight. And tell you what, young man was clutched.
He was terrific. It seemed like anytime they needed something big, he was the guy they went to, and frequently he came through. So congratulations to Zymick Williams, our player of the game. And, of course, Clayton Habecker is down on the field, and coming up here in just a moment, Clayton's going to be presenting the trophy, which is always fun. We had a couple of good games, Jeff. Before we talk about next week and what we're doing, do you have any last-minute scores? And if you don't, I'll tell you. Don't forget to watch Dan and Steve tonight. Dan Shugart, Steve Nissom for Prep Football Final at 11 o'clock. You'll see highlights from this game, but you're going to see highlights from up and down the Gulf Coast on a night with lots of good games. And you can see, I know you're pumped next week, Jeff, going to Crestview to watch the Lincoln and Crestview in Okaloosa County. That should be a fun night.
Yeah, especially after we had Escambia and Crestview, and Escambia kind of blew them out. So Crestview, knowing they're going to be on TV, they're going to have a chance to make their statement. and they're a really good football team, especially if you haven't gone to a Crestview game at Crestview. Oh, it's tough to win in that house.
Oh, well, I have not, actually, so I'm looking forward to that, or at least if I have. It was probably back when I was in high school at Catholic, so it's been a while. Looking forward to that, and are you going to get some of those scores for us?
Yeah, we hadn't said much about it, but Northview 53, South Walton 20. Boy, after halftime, Northview really took off. Escambia 35-28 over Mosley right now. Milton still 27-20 over Gulf Breeze in the fourth quarter. Niceville, we have a final 41-28 over Tate. Baker 35-6 final right there, and boy, for PHS, just another tough sled, another tough schedule, and Florida High 55, PHS 13.
Okay, good. I can see the Pine Forest Eagles starting to show up, make their way down to Clayton Habecker here. So we're going to go to him in just a second. I want to give him another minute, though, because there's still a few players who aren't there yet. So as they continue to, there you can see you can see him swarming there with the Skyview drone. So Clayton, I know you're excited and ready to hand a trophy over. So let's kick it down to you.
I'm down here with Coach McDonald's, guys. Great win tonight for you guys. So, obviously you want to win every game, but homecoming means a little bit more when you win that. Tell me how that is for you and your team winning this game tonight.
I mean, it means everything tonight. We knew we were going to face a tough opponent. Big-time district game tonight for us. Knew West Florida was going to bring a lot of good athletes over here tonight. Just proud of these guys, proud of the way they came out, played the second half. They overcame, and we came out with a victory tonight. Just proud of these guys.
Well, congratulations, Pine Forest. You guys earned it. I will hand over this trophy to you. You guys enjoy.
It's fun to watch that every single week. I love it. So good job. Congratulations, Coach. Thanks a lot, Clayton. Appreciate that. Brownsville Welding always brings us those sideline reports. It's been a fun night. It's fun to do this every single Friday night, and certainly we hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do. Congratulations to the Pine Forest Eagles, Jeff, as they get the win. And next week we're heading to Okaloosa County to watch Crestview. Should be a great night. Any final thoughts, my friend?
No, I mean, just you hate to go back and talk about it, but West Florida moving to 1-6, and just like we said coming into this game, don't let these records fool you. Both these teams are really good. I tell you what, for Pine Forest, they got some things to work on. They look good to start off with, and they kind of drubbed out as the game went on. This is a super, super talented team, and not a team you want to face come playoff time.
No doubt. And to finish your thought there on West Florida, like you said, they're 1-6. Growing pains. They're a younger team, but they've got a bright future with a junior quarterback and a junior outstanding running back. So they're going to be all right, no doubt about it. They usually are. For tonight, though, it was all Pine Forest as they get the win. We're glad you joined us. Don't forget to watch Dan and Steve tonight on Prep Football Final. We'd appreciate that very much. Following Channel 3 News at 10. For Jeff Price, Clayton Habecker, the entire Friday Night Rivals crew, I'm Christian Garvin. We'll see you next Friday night live from Crestview.